Yeah, Knicks at night. Uncle Freezy in the building. I'm the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe. Nobody talks that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. Like your main man, the #1 chief rocker, Uncle Freezy. If you want real basketball, check out Blue Orange Tears, Knicks related channel on YouTube. We rock the spot with Free Keith, Ghetto Intellect, Tory B, J Chosen, the CEO, Allow Wise, Riviero Boulevard, 7 and 3. Corey Lee, DJ Cash, Big Pies, and Coach Mal Picker, Cowboy Bob, we in the mix, we bring the facts and the fire. Every weekday night at 11 p.m. we talk about the Knicks and everything Knicks related. Knicks at night, we here, yeah. Knicks at night, we live. New York on our mind, we ride for the orange and blue. Yeah, passionate for the city of New York, passionate for these New York Knicks. From the garden to the late night glow, every take got heart, every word got soul. If you know, you know, we keep it real. Uncle Freezy got the keys, let the whole room feel. Blue Orange Tears, we see the game clear. Every weekday night, meet us right here. Knicks at night, we here, yeah. Knicks at night, we live. New York on our mind, we ride for the orange and blue. Yeah, that's the word from Uncle Freezy. The #1 chief rocker, easy, check us out, don't miss the vibe. Knicks at night, every weekday night at 11 p.m. Blue Orange Tears, Free Keith, Ghetto Intellect, Tory B, J Chosen, the CEO, Allow Wise, Riviero Boulevard, 73, Corey Lee, DJ Cash, Big Pies and Coach Mal Picker, Cowboy Bob, we out the door with love for the Knicks, for the city, for the whole squad.
There we are. Party people, the place to be. What's good? It's your #1 chief rocker, Knicks Universe, your main Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime joint. Man, what's good? Coach Malpika is in the building. My twin brother is in the building. Hey, we got Mets backstage. Mets home for just a second, man. Let me get through the intros and all that stuff, man. And I'll hit the button. Man, what's good, Coach?
I'm sounding them drums. Drummond drums.
Drummond, let's go. How you been, big fella?
I've been good, just all this off-season what-ifs and shenanigans and who we should get, who we shouldn't get.
Yeah,
and
man.
As always, our fans try to find a way to be divided, just like the country, about every decision we make, no matter how good bad it is.
Hey, we the champs, bro.
That's it. We the champs.
We the champs,
and
bro.
I'm sure we'll dive deep on the Drummond, how positively we think it could be, how negative it could be. But
I got to your point. So I have a couple topics I want to. Drummond, definitely the positives and negatives.
Yeah.
The LeBron talk, positives and negatives. Summer league development, running it back. Leon Rose, Mike Brown. I want to talk about all these things. Of course, not all at one time, but individually, just so that every topic can get its own
Yes.
thorough investigation as opposed to multiple conversations at once. I'm gonna bring Mets up just real quick. Mets, what's good, bro?
Not much. I mean,
Mets.
It's good to see you, man. Look like you're in a good mood.
I mean, Knicks are finally champions after 31 years of suffering for me, longer for many of us.
Right. Yeah, not you, but others too. I feel you. I feel your pain.
I mean, some of the things have gone down free agency. I mean, Drummond going to Philadelphia, 1 year, $3.5 million. Fine. I'm a little miffed over the Mitch for 3 years, $47 million.
Hey, before we get into that, before we get too deep into anything, man, just want you to be a part of the conversation, right? Because what we'll do is we'll start on this because I want to get your opinion. As a matter of fact, just wanted to say this to you face to face. I didn't want you to read it nowhere, but I kind of miss you, man. I kind of miss you. So, man, just wanted to put that out there.
Drummond trained 1 year, almost $4 million. Honestly, I'm kind of mixed. On the one hand, fine, we've got a shooting big to come off the bench that can do corner shots and is a better free throw shooter than Mitch. On the other hand, 32 years old, it's kind of, and he's basically here on a loan. If anything, I would have wanted to go after a younger center to keep the continuity going. Someone like, say, a Quentin Post.
Well, stay right there. Stay right there where you are, because the thing is we were going to talk about that specifically. And where I want to start is I think the Knicks were looking for the type of center that you just mentioned. The fact that they couldn't acquire one or that type of center is not available for what the Knicks had available to pay may have been the hindrance or the thing that stopped them from going out and getting said guy. Because most teams that have said guy that you mentioned value that guy, and probably the asking price for that player would probably be ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like Quentin Post, like Yves Missi, and other young players. Maybe even a Derek Lively from Dallas, somebody that's a first-round pick coming off an injury. A team is rebuilding. You don't know if he fits or not. You could just ask around and kick the tires. What do you think about that, Coach?
Yeah, well, I only think this is show everyone we're still working on some stuff. This isn't our final move.
Right.
Like, because let's keep it a buck. This is just about a vet minimum that you're just nagging before another team can grab them for the vet minimum. You know,
right.
10-year vet minimums are 3.9, but what the caveat is, what some people don't know, is it only counts 2.45 against our cap.
Right. Yeah.
So it's his price tag isn't as heavy on our salary cap as people may think.
Right.
So essentially, we're only paying him $2.5 million, not around $4 million.
Correct. Now, there is a addendum to that. If he plays a certain amount of minutes, like something crazy, like he becomes a starter or something, then the league bumps that number up, I think, to the 3.9 or something. But he's not, barring a travesty, he's not going to be playing the amount of minutes that I think that tiered thing happens. I think this move was a partial move to replace part of what Mitchell Robinson did. Number one, the offensive rebounds and rebounding in general, and having a legit big man 7-footer in the lane. What he doesn't provide as far as rim protection and maybe versatility covering as much ground as Mitch, he provides an offensive side that even when we go to our bench big, they can't just ignore them, you know?
True.
So that's one piece. So that's why I think I always felt what we were going to do to replace Mitch. You can't replace a $15 million player when you couldn't afford him with another $15 million one player that's worth what he can bring. So I knew it was going to take two people to replace what Mitch provided. So I think there's still some young, bouncy legs out there. Like, I think the next guy they're going to get, it might be someone raw or young, like shot blocker type. Like one of the, like that Musa Cisse kid or something from the Mavs, or, you know, just someone that's kind of maybe raw. Or it might even be
someone like who I mentioned, like Quentin Post.
I mean,
yeah, he's on the way though. He's a starter, right?
I think the only reason why he's a maybe is because I know the Warriors signed Horford and Porzingis back, and he's kind of, you know, he started a bunch of games for them, you know, and he's
mostly due to the injuries at play.
He's a good offensive center.
Yeah,
he's not that great of a rebounder or rim protector naturally. So I'm thinking I wouldn't even be opposed to Jemison, you know, giving him a look as the third center. Because like now, when you have someone like Drummond, you know, look what he's done the last 2 years. Like now, when you have someone like Drummond, look what he's done the last 2 years.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Jay, you got to.
Jay, I think my sound's coming through your.
I'm gonna mute Jay for a second. All right. But there you go. There you go, Coach. My bad.
You know, Embiid has been backing up. I mean, Drummond's been backing up Embiid, and he's been starting. He started a lot of the games for them, you know.
Right.
And he's still not expected. If anyone that is upset that we get Drummond thinking he's washed and all this, look, we're getting the 32-year-old vet guy, and this is what he's worth. It's actually a value for. He's been the second best offensive rebounder to Mitchell Robinson since he's been in the league.
Right.
That's a skill that doesn't go away with age. That's positioning, grown man strength. He's got an eye for the ball, and he ain't one of them. He's a dog, you know. He ain't one of them guys you mess with in the league, you know. And now we found this corner three thing once in a while, and he can actually pass a little, you know. So it brings other dynamics that Mitch didn't bring. Obviously, the defensive part, he's not twitchy as Mitch, you know. So, but I think
he's never been that. He's never been that.
Yeah, he's never been that. So it's going to be a by committee thing that what we're going to make up for them. Look, we're the best. Yes, Mitch was a big part of us being the best defense in the league, but we're the best defensive team in the league for 48 minutes, and Mitch was only on the court for 14 to 19 minutes of that. So we just got to cover that time that Mitch was on the court with him and a combination of whoever. And I think we can do it. It's a good first step.
I mean, even though this hasn't updated yet, if you don't mind sharing the screen for easy when I'm about to show.
Hey, Mets, you can't just tell me how to run the show, Mets.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Just tell me what you want to tell. Just tell us what you want to tell us.
I've been looking at the free agent tracker for centers in terms of who's left.
Right.
And even though it hasn't updated to where Drummond said he's willing to sign the 1-year deal with the Knicks, Pickens are
Right.
not looking good. I mean,
Right.
let me run down who's left. Charles Bassey, Bismack Biyombo, Tony Bradley, Musa Cisse, Hunter Dickerson, Jalen Duren. Yeah, he's off the table. We're not getting him.
Yeah, he's on top.
Drew Eubanks, Trey Jemison, Christian Coloco, Kevin Love. Surprised he's still in the league. Larry Nance Jr., John Toro, Lachlan Olberich, Kelly Olynyk, Mason Plumlee, Quentin Post.
Kelly
Mike
Olynyk is
Powell.
out there?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him as a third
Yeah,
guy.
Olynyk got a motor too. He got a motor.
Yeah, you can't spell Olynyk without NYK. That's what they've been saying.
That's
for years.
right. Oh,
Only caveat.
hold on. Bars.
Bars.
The only
Bars.
caveat with that one on is the age factor. He's 35 years old.
It's all right.
No, I agree. I agree with you on that, Mets. I think the fact is that if you're going to pick up a older gentleman and you're still going after another big man, preferably you want that next big man to be younger, you know, and
Dwight Powell,
have a motor.
Dwight Powell, Nick Richards, Olivier Sarr, Oscar Tshiebwe,
Shebway. He's the big from Kentucky. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's it. Everyone else has been snatched up. Everyone else.
So
has been snatched up.
to the point though, just want to mention something to what Coach said. Coach, I'm sorry we buzzed through what you were getting at with Andre Drummond, but if you want to bring in a backup center, first of all, you have to remember what type of guy are you bringing into your organization, and what mindset and chemistry level does your organization play with?
Mhm.
Like, do you just bring in a guy because he plays center, or do you bring in a guy that fits your culture? One of the things that I think we have to realize and understand that Andre Drummond has played in a lot of big games, and he's been the backup to other star NBA centers during his career. Those are two things that you can't take lightly. Has he ever been the backup to a star? Which means, because if you haven't, now you're mumbling like, why am I backing up this guy? I'm better than him. Why are you like? There are certain things that you have to consider. And has this guy played on a team that made deep playoff runs, and has he won a championship? These are the type of things that you have to consider, right? And Andre Drummond, while he is 32, remember, you only sign him for 1 year. It's not like you're signing him to a multi-year deal. Like, he's not going to be here for 4 years, right? Like, we're not worried about his age 36 year. We're worried about getting the most that we can get out of him in this season.
Right.
Right. And when you bring him in, would he be a good fit chemistry wise? And listen, Jay Chosen and Mets, both of y'all know we're all Mets fans, right? We know what just throwing talent together means without having we already know that by being Mets fans, right?
Right.
So that's one of the things you definitely have to consider when you're bringing in Drummond. Now to the thing that Coach mentioned about his abilities and what he's been able to do historically, him being able to spread the floor means a multitude of things. Means he can rebound outside of space. That means he can go get rebounds, right? Say if he's in the corner and the shot is someone else, he can run and track these shots down. Now, he's not going to be Mitch like that, but is he mobile enough is he a stiff? No, he's not a stiff, right? He's a little mobile. And for those that remember, Andre Drummond actually competed in the dunk contest as a second-year player in Detroit, right? The other thing
I remember.
the other thing to keep in mind is that if he stretches the floor and he's a rebounder out of space, that means on certain matchups you can play him and Cat together, right? That means if he can stretch the floor, that means defenses can't load up in the paint and stop Cat off the drive, right? Or if he gets the rebound, he can grab an offensive rebound and kick out to Cat for three, which is a better shot for Cat because the defense is in a scramble and Cat catches a thing for an open look. That may happen 2 or 3 times a week in a 3 or 4 game schedule, right? It's not something you depend on, but it can occur. And so the reason why, like when Coach was cooking, Coach, and I appreciate how you, Coach, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I miss you. So can you look at it? You see the camera?
Yes.
Man, I miss you so much, big dog. Like I was in here sick, coughing and I was telling Jay Chosen probably like 3 or 4 days ago that yeah, life wasn't good because I was whatever, but yeah, man, Coach. So back to your point though, without me getting sappy, is I think Andre Drummond in the very, very, very short term is an excellent pickup, excellent choice for the Knicks because we're not worried about him in defensive situations because he's a backup big off the bench, right? He's a backup big off the bench. You're not going to expect him to be Mount Mutombo on the second unit. What you expect for him to do is just play net even basketball, right? Just net even basketball, just like zero sum. Like you don't get anything, but prevent them from getting anything, so the starters can come back in and give you something. You know what I'm saying? So my bad, Jay. I got a little long-winded, man. Talk about
no, bro. Listen, first of all, it's your show. This anyway. I know it's our show, but it's your show. It's your name, and we understand that. And
absolutely the family.
Yeah, it's the family, 100%. But you know what I'm saying is like when you're cooking. I'm not gonna hop in while you're cooking. You might not want that ingredient at that moment. So here's the deal. What I feel at this particular thing is that they replaced a prototypical type of center like Mitch. It's a prototype. It's a similar type of player. A guy who grabs some offensive rebounds, a guy who could grab rebounds, a guy who could score. Well, that's not the same, but a similar guy. I mean, even down to the foul shooting part. Would that right? This is a prototype move, leaving us X amount of money to do something else with, because I really believe they're going to bring in that second big who's going to get burned, right? And let's not forget that we signed the 6'9" young man. Somebody showed it to me for 4 years.
Mo Diawara.
Yeah, Diawara for 4 years. First signing, he's 6'9". We got to go out there and get somebody about 6'11", 7 foot.
Yeah, I thought he was like 6'10".
Yeah, everywhere I look is different. Somebody had him at 6'8". I know he's taller than that because I saw him standing next to OG, and he's taller than OG, and OG's a 6'8". And I saw him standing next to somebody else, and he was taller. When you win a championship, and I'll get into like all the how I feel and the ops and all this stuff later. I wanted to talk about right now. We just won a championship. When you win a championship and you're watching everybody else making moves and you're restricted by a cap, you got to do the best that you possibly could do within that cap. And we have the best capologists in the game. So we got to sit back and I know that there's probably a lot of people emotionally hurt by this. I know that I was one of the ones outside the box for a while because I used to say all the time, the best ability is availability, and I would get mad, and other people would get mad at me because I was mad at that, and that was okay because I also knew that Mitch's work. All right, Andre Drummond is a seasoned center. All right, he's not going to come in here acting a fool or make it about himself. He came in here to be part of a team to win another championship. If anything, the next young man that comes in here is going to learn from him. He's been around a lot of championship players. He himself is that type of player. He's gonna be a major part of this team even if he does the 15-minute, 20-minute game, a game. I watched 2 games last year that I could not believe. I went back to look for it before you, and then you said my name, so I stopped. But I know he came in last year and got 21 rebounds. All right, 21 rebounds, and I think it was in like under 30 minutes. The man's a rebounder. The man's a blocker. Isn't that what we kind of lost?
Yes.
Right? So does that not replace what we lost? So, look, and it's funny you brought up the Mets. It's so funny how they sold us on I can't even remember his name anymore because he's been hurt the whole damn year. Polanco being a first baseman so they could let go of Pete, who was actually a first baseman.
Right.
This is completely different. We lost a center and we brought back in a center, not a guy who they say could play center. Maybe a true 7-foot plus center. So, like, you gotta say, okay, great. Plus, there's money left on the books. They didn't get a first rounder. They didn't go out and draft a bunch of. There was a lot of great centers, and I kept going, what, why, what? And then even in the second. Right, even in the second round, Mets, there was one that was dropped in our laps, and I was like, "Oh, get that guy, get him!" And they didn't do it. They had a reason for it. Whatever their reason for it, we just won a championship with this front office. I feel like I would have some nerve question. That's how I feel.
Right.
And the next kid, and they still have about 120 second rounders. Right, to go and trade with, and there's a couple other people on this team that might not be here on opening day or trade deadline. And I'm not going to get into that yet if that was something that you were going to talk about, but I think a few people know whose names that are. So, the only thing that hurts me is, what hurts me. And I don't know if you want to get into that at all, but I can't root for him. I wish did you say that you wish you went like to the West, or I don't know if somebody, I think I was listening, but I would
personally, I said it would be more romantic in a storybook ending sense if he had just signed with Brooklyn for more money.
Yeah.
Because if he signed with another New York team, you would know that he still loved New York and still loved the city and wanted to be here, but the finances or whatever else it would, prevented him from being here. But the fact that he signed with the Ops, is like it just gives you this sense of, is Mitchell Robinson trying to stick it to the Knicks for whatever reason that's behind closed doors? And even with that, did the Knicks not even offer because maybe they were fed up with Mitchell Robinson antics, so to speak? And I don't believe these exist, but the fact that he went to his ex, or not even his ex, but if the fact that he went to another team, makes me think, did the Knicks not try to re-sign him because he broke his hand in the playoffs? Were the Knicks frustrated with the hacker Mitch? Were the Knicks frustrated with him being injured and having to, load manage him, and then the audacity to ask for $20 million? Like this is like, if he had gone somewhere else, none of these thoughts would even be in my mind. But the fact that he signed with the Celtics, bro.
Oh,
yeah.
You said
this reminds me of, I watched a little snippet of Jaylen Brown's podcast after the trade, and he mentioned, some people asked him about how he feels about going to Philly, and it's like, man, I've been programmed. I got to deprogram myself because I've been programmed to hate Philadelphia.
Yep.
With all all the
good
battles
point.
they've had in the playoffs and all this. And he goes, now they send me there. And like he's like, I'm gonna be professional, I'm gonna do everything I gotta do, I'm gonna be all about it by the time the season starts. But he says, I gotta find a way, I gotta rewire myself now.
They lost to Philly in the playoffs this year, right?
Yeah.
They did. Yes, they did.
They got
Then we steamrolled them.
Yeah, 3-1 deficit. They came back on them.
Yep.
So
and then we steamrolled them.
And what's the biggest problem with Boston? Offensive stagnation. It's postseason, tunnel vision, jack, and it's bricks.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, and look, I'm not turning this into now that Mitch is gone, let's poo on him or nothing. I'm just talking about something that's a fact. Like Jaylen Brown, for whatever people want to say about it, it's rumored and talked about in the league that he's actually very cerebral, very smart young man. He's like he knows he's very stable mentally.
Right.
He had nothing but nice things to say about our entire team, coach.
Yeah, he may be emotional, but like any competitive athlete, but he's stable. So for him to say how tough it's going to be, the program and all that, for someone who has admittedly has mental health issues, Mitchell Robinson, going to arguably the team that the Knicks have programmed to hate the most.
Right.
And to go there, I hope he finds a way to
just one thing on Jaylen Brown, though. One thing on Jaylen Brown is, and I consider myself to be smart because I want to be. I don't want to be a dummy, right? I consider you guys smart. And if you guys were dummies, I wouldn't rock with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody. It's just we're products of our environment. You surround yourself with dummies, guess what, dummy? You're a dummy, right?
You are who you hang with.
Right. And so the thing about Jaylen Brown is it's funny how Jaylen Brown gets nitpicked about the things that he says, but then when John Morant flashes guns and cars, we'll be like, see, look at that. It's like when guys do listen, guy flash a gun, you can't stop selling Nike sneakers. Nike's won't terminate his contract because the John Morants are selling. They can't keep them in stores, right? The John Morants sell like hotcakes. As a matter of fact, there's a rumor that Nike forced the trade to Portland so they can have more resources to keep Ja in check, right? Right. All these things or whatever. Jaylen Brown says stuff like basketball is entertainment, and people just jump off the cliff. Like Jaylen Brown said, basketball is entertainment, right? And in entertainment, sometimes people use entertainment to push their agendas, right? Like advertisers. Advertisers will push certain agendas. And y'all know this already before Jaylen Brown said it. It shouldn't even be a whoop-de-doo. You've never watched a basketball game without seeing a commercial. I mean, some of these things are obvious. I think Jaylen Brown is being picked on because he's smart, right? And I don't think it's just because he's smart and black. I think it's just because he's smart, right? Smart guys in the league, you know them all the time. There are smart guys all over the league, and they are like public enemy. Grayson Allen, very smart guy, public enemy number one to every team he plays against.
Yeah, and now, and speaking of
good
Allen,
point, very good point.
I'm just so frustrated with Mitch Kupchak. Why reverse the trade that got you one of the best 3-and-D wings in the league in Miles Bridges and ship him back to the Suns?
Who cares? It's the Hornets. I'm just kidding. No, but back on the Mitch thing. And look, I'm not trying to build up like conspiracy theories. It's just facts that happen.
Yeah.
There's a reason Leon Rose and the front office knew that this day was coming. They made a front office decision before the season that they knew this was Mitchell Robinson's last possible season here, free agency wise. And they didn't choose to extend him or trade him. Okay, so this was something they knew, win or lose, that they stay in this decision financially was coming. So they tried their best to do what was best for Mitch and the Knicks. They load managed him all year. They got him the healthiest season he's had for years.
And was able to play in the finals.
Wound up helping us out and helping us win. Great job all around. Mitch, front office, everyone. But let's keep it a buck. Every major trade over the past 3 years, the Knicks have tried to put through has included Mitchell Robinson. When we tried to get Donovan Mitchell, they tried to include Mitchell Robinson in the trade, and they declined it. When they tried to get DeJounte Murray, they tried to include Mitchell Robinson. They declined it. Yep. When we tried to get Cat, they declined it. We had to put in Dante instead.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that Leon in the front office has been just trying to dump Mitch this whole time. Leon Rose, in interviews that I've seen, especially in the Roommates podcast recently, his vision was to get Jalen Brunson and the core built around Jalen Brunson. And now he's building his guys with his vision to put the right pieces around his guys. And Mitch was here before. He wasn't part of the original vision. So that's why I think they personally made him expendable. It's not that they think Mitch is trash or they don't appreciate what he offers. It's just he wasn't part of the plan, And if you want to come back to Drummond and compare the two, by no means in any world am I saying Drummond is equal to or better than Mitch at all.
Nope.
But if you look at the last 4 seasons, Drummond's played 50 more games than Mitch these last 4 seasons. And I know per 36 isn't a graphic you're really supposed to use much, but if you're looking at 2 backup centers that make an impact in the few minutes they play, it matters when you're comparing 2 similar players. Now, if you're trying to compare like a backup that plays 10 minutes to a starter, you can't use that per 36 thing. It gets a little skewed, But Drummond actually per 36 minutes over the last 4 seasons has averaged 6.2 offensive rebounds a game, more than even Mitch. He's actually had the most offensive rebounds per 36 minutes at 6.2. Mitch is 5.1. And on top of that, Drummond has averaged 17.2 rebounds total per 36 over the last 4 seasons to Mitch's 12.8. And also 15 points to 9.8 points. So if you're talking about just impact at just under the rim, now defensively, there's no competition. I'm not even gonna try to blaspheme that situation. But Drummond's not a statue. Drummond will benefit in our system. Drummond's probably equal to Cat's defensive ability, and Cat's shown when he's committed to defense in our system. Even Cat was successful at it. So, like you were saying before, Freezy, Drummond is has been used to being behind a superstar,
Yeah.
and also having another young buck share the rotation with them. They have that Adem Bona at the 76ers these last couple years. They kind of rotated in once in a while. To be honest with you, they were trying to get that Bona to play more, but Drummond kept holding him off. Like, hold on, young fella, I still got a little something in the tank. You know? So
did he back up Anthony Davis with the Lakers? Did he win a chip? Was he on that bubble chip team?
I think so.
I'm not sure.
Davis, yes. Drummond, no. He came after that.
Drummond wasn't on that one.
Okay. Was he in a center rotation with Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee? Is that the group?
No, I don't think so. I think it was him. It was Dwight, Davis, and JaVale.
Okay.
Oh, he was on that wait, he was on that. He was on the 2021 Lakers team.
He is on that. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, that's not
but the bubble chip was won in 2020.
Yeah. 2020, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because he went from Cleveland to LA the following year. Oh yeah, he was on Cleveland that year.
I thought he was in Toronto that year.
Well, that was when he started getting injured a little bit. That's when they kind of, I mean, you want to know what's crazy is there was a time in Drummond's career, he was in the top 10 voting for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
When he was younger. So the instincts are there, but, as Freezy and Corey Lee and Jay Chosen could probably attest to,
3 different.
I still know how to box out and jump up and get a rebound, but I got a lead backpack on nowadays. Physically,
right. I'm better off giving you a boost.
Jay, I'm better off giving advice.
Right, I just took that back. The moment I thought about it, and there's no offense to anybody, it could be anybody. Yeah, I'm better off with that too. I'm better off giving advice. Give me advice not to give the boost. How about that?
Yeah. But I mean,
that was good. That was real good. Oh, shit.
Even these past 4 years, he's still been averaging almost 20 minutes, 18 to 20 minutes a game. And he's even in that limited time, he's averaging 8.5, 8, 9 rebounds.
Right.
He just finds a way to the rim.
And let's not forget, man. We're talking about a backup center here right now.
Yeah.
He's going to do what he needs to do. Hopefully, he puts in the time and work. We not only believe in our front office, but we also believe in the medical staff and the nutritional staff. Because if he drops, remember we were talking about if I think that was coach. Was it coach I was talking to? I don't know. I was texting with a bunch of people today, and when I heard it, and if he drops a couple pounds, he will be more spry, but not too much, where he's like thin. But when you're talking about when he was able to move around faster and stuff like that, they're gonna get him to the right spot. So I have no worries about him, the player, him, the consummate pro, and him, the person who will fit into to Voltron and fit in right into the part where he needs to be.
Right.
And I 100%, 1000% believe that they said Brunson is a superstar. We're going to build around Brunson. And they started showing us that they were trying to build around him by signing the youngest man first, and then signing his backup point guard, and then another guy who could also play point guard and play the 2 if he wanted to, or the 3 with Shaman. So
Right.
they already knew what they had, and this wasn't. I mean, I have a few different ideas about Mitch, whether or not they knew he was out the door fully or not, because there's a couple of telltale signs saying that it wasn't a premeditated before the year started type of thing. There's a lot. There are a few signs saying that. I can show you. I can tell you one of them. They got him right. They would not use him on back-to-backs. They use him 15 minutes at a clip. However, if they were definitely not going to bring him back, why not use him 25 minutes instead of 15? Why just here and there? Why not use them just more minutes as you possibly can, knowing that you're not going to fully bring him back? Pedro Feliciano.
Right. That's a very interesting
analogy.
That's very interesting. I'm gonna do the super chat real quick, and then I'm gonna speak to that.
Yeah.
David Smith, thank you for the generous contribution. David Smith says, Mitch was a negative 39 in NBA Finals and shot 29% from the free throw line in the playoffs, and was downgraded to 10 minutes a game. So it's not like Mitch was great or anything. Drummond overall upgrade over Mitch. David Smith, thank you for the generous contribution, man. That's a lot to think about, man. There are a few thoughts in there. I love Mitchell Robinson. I ain't gonna lie to you. So anytime I hear anything negative about Mitch, I get mad. But at the same time, he plays for the enemy, right?
Definitely for that.
The Boston Celtics have been the enemy and the rival of the Knicks basketball since I first started watching Knicks basketball. This is not a new rivalry. It may not be an intense rivalry, but it's a historic rivalry nonetheless. And he signed with them. So now I just have no love for him. And Mitch, listen, sorry, it's just how things go. You know, so we make our beds and we gotta lay in them. That's just how things are.
That's right. We got him for a discount if you want to keep it a buck. He made $5 million the last 2 years at Philly.
I mean, I'm just saying at this point for Mitch, what's going to make it worse for him? The only reason I think he went to Boston is because they promised to give him his old starting job back that he had when he was first with the Knicks as a rookie. Right. Here's the problem, though.
I don't know. They re-signed Queta, though.
Which means
for a very similar size contract.
I know, but I'm just saying, if Queta has to be the one playing off the bench, this is going to create tension for the Celtics because we all know, based on his injury and history, Mitch is a glass cannon. Queta is a better free throw shooter. He can move a lot better with the ball. He's not just an up post, put back, and dunker. I'm referring to Queta, not Mitch in this case. Correct?
Yeah, that's going to be a by committee center thing, I think, over there.
Yeah,
they're going to rotate a lot.
And yeah, go ahead, bro.
There aren't many teams.
Coach,
right
hold on
now.
1 second. Mitch also already started making enemies on his old team by responding to OG. All right, he already started making things like, yo, you don't know what we did behind the scene, that whole soap opera thing on IG or wherever it was. If I'm on that green team and I hear that, all I hear is you don't really want to be with us. You want to stay over there, and they didn't let you stay over there. You truly don't want to be over here with us. That's what I hear. So there's a mixture of different things going on through my head, whether or not the Knicks were trying to work that out. Because I'm gonna be really honest with you. If he would have went to the Nets, I had no problem to root for him. The Nets don't bother me a drop. He's in Brooklyn. He's in New York. I would have still said, all right, look at Mitch. Look at that. All right, Mitch with the dunk. We're still going to run over you when we play you. But I could at least clap for you and Randall because you're both there. I'm definitely going to clap my hands. But now you went over there, and while you went over there, you left not a cryptic message, a blatant message on, I'm not sure I really want to be here, but they didn't want me over there. And the truth is going to come out. And that right there is a sign to any veteran player, maybe not a other player, that, well, Mitch might play hard, or is he going to play hard, or does he want to be here, and whatever it is. And you know what? I wish just everything that Freezy said earlier is exactly how I feel. I wanted to root for him, and now I can't. Period.
That's because we're
period.
We're
right.
We love Mitch
right
here, and then he signed somewhere else. And even now, knowing that he's a Celtic, it still hadn't set in because it probably won't set in until we see him with that ugly ass green and white on. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Once we see him in green and white, once we see Porty in red, white, and blue, you know what I'm saying? Like once we see that, I think it'll set in then, right? And so I'm not kicking him in his back after after he left. What I'm telling the chat is that I'm human. I'm not AI. I'm a real live person with feelings. Sometimes when people say it's not about the name on the front of the jersey, it's about the name on. It's not about the name on the back of the jersey. It's the name on the front of the jersey. Nah, when the name on the front of the jersey sucks, it takes the names on the back of the jersey to make them better, right?
Amen.
And I know people might not understand what I'm saying, right? But what I'm saying is, we drafted a kid. He was awkward when he got here. He turned out to be super charismatic. Man, the fans loved him. The first few years was weird. We didn't understand who he was. He was firing agents. He would foul out of games in like 9 minutes. All these different, and then now he's an NBA champion. He's an NBA champion. And for those that don't understand,
with the biggest offensive rebound
ever, right? So for those that don't understand that I loved Mitch, but now Mitch is gone, and now I can't root for him, then you don't understand how sports work. Right? Because sports is not always about the name on the front of the jersey. It's about the name on the back of the jersey. Because I see the same ones that say that also root for Jalen Brunson and call him captain. Right? If Jalen Brunson demanded a trade tomorrow, y'all would feel the same way.
Yep.
Mitch left
100%.
And he went to our arch enemy. Of course, I'm going to have mixed emotions because I love the dude. And he left, and he went to the arch enemy. If that don't stir you up, then maybe you're not. Maybe you are AI, and I'm not. I don't understand.
They make medications for that.
Excuse me. Let me jump in this, fellas. Good evening, fellas. How y'all doing?
What up, Warren?
What up, brother?
What's good, yo? All right. I'm not even going to talk about Mitch because that's shipped and sailed. But I'm not happy. I am not happy with that relic that we just picked up. I'm not happy with it at all. I mean, we could have did a hell of a lot better, but I understand money's funny, you know. And to be real with you, Coach, no disrespect on your research, but you got to think he was a part-time starter too in the last 4 years, considering who he's backing up. So those numbers were kind of skewed as far as his percentages and all that stuff like that. I mean, I'm praying.
It was by minutes, not by how many games you started.
But still those minutes. He's playing behind the guy down the block who rarely played at all in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, I got you.
But so I'm not impressed with that at all. I mean, we lost him. I figured we could do better by trying to go out here and really, 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 really get somebody who can really not say fill, because nobody can fill his shoes, but somebody in somewhat in a sort of a template of what we needed. which is somebody athletic, rebounder, defender. Not necessarily a scorer, but somebody who probably had better hands. Mitchell
You think
Robinson.
that's all we're gonna do though? Is just him?
Huh? I mean,
You think that's all we're gonna do? Is just him though?
I'm just saying that the options are limited unless we got him, we signed him, we got to keep him till January, so it's not like we could trade him for something.
Well, I'm saying there's still other roster spots. We can still get another young big with him.
I mean, I would have rather we really sat down and really try to really pursue more trading some of these people that we what I'm saying, that they supposedly we were looking at, like the young kid from
I think they still might be doing it.
Yves Messi.
Yeah, or something else, because I'm looking at him and I'm like, he's not that's a dull knife and he ain't cutting the bread.
What makes you say that though?
Can he cut the cheese?
Man, bro, he couldn't cut hot butter.
I respect your opinion, but tell me what gives you that.
Why? Because I damn sure don't think he fits our mold. You know what I mean? He's slow. He's super slow of foot. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't cover. He's not going to cover the areas of which we need. We got to think. We have a guard who really relied on Mitch when Cat was out the game. You know what I'm saying? Mitch made up a lot for him. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, when Cat came out the game, when Cat came out the game, no, that rim was no coming to the rim. It was no coming to the rim. It was rare. You understand what I'm saying? Now I don't know, because Andre Drummond is a statue. You know what I'm saying? I can see people climbing right over him. We've done.
I understand your point. Let me just throw this in here real quick. There's just one thing, champ. I just want to say this thing to you, champ.
Mm-hmm.
Is that when teams win the NBA championship, bro, the pieces at the end of the bench, like, they won't be able to force fit guys at the end of the bench, because the guy that you're talking about, I want that guy too as a replacement for Mitch. The only thing about it is around the league, you're not going to find a guy that's willing to take that role, right? Like for instance, you're talking about a guy that's going to be part-time starter, very valuable guy, high impact, very low salary, and committed to a championship, and put the team first and not put himself first. Right? Like, when you're looking for that type of guy, you're not going to find that guy around the league, because if a guy has all that together, he wants to be the starter and maybe lead his own franchise. You know what I'm saying? So when the pickings are slim, and the pickings are slim because we're the champ. Everybody remember, the pickings are slim because we're the champ. The pickings are not slim because we're in the lottery, right? The pickings are slim because we're the champ, right? And so the thing is even though we all agree with you and want that guy ain't gonna come here to play no 14 minutes. Some nights play 10. When Cat's hot, maybe play 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, those type of guys legit want to showcase their talent around the league. And if they're at the level where they can showcase their talent, they're not gonna be worth $4 million, bro. Those type of dudes, if they're on their initial rookie contract making $4 million, the teams that own them is not gonna trade that guy. You know what I'm saying? Unless they'll trade him, but they'll ask for like 3 firsts, 2 pick swaps, and like 4 seconds. And the Knicks don't have that to offer. And so I understand where Lee coming from, and I agree. I want the same player, right? But that player, that's not feasible for a champion. Like, we're the champs. We're the NBA. We legit forced the rest of the NBA to reshuffle rosters so that they can compete with the Knicks. Like, Giannis and Jaylen Brown and Ja all got traded in the same week because the Knicks are the champ.
Something that nobody saw happening. Because...
Right. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like, when it comes
I'm just thinking about the value is that, like, I'm not trying to put Drummond on this pedestal of worth like Mitch or anything.
No, I'm not saying you have. I'm not. No.
That ain't what he's saying, Coach.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not saying he was saying that, but I just want to reiterate. I'm looking at it. It's value, dollar per rebound. Like that's one part of Mitch's game. We found a way to patch that hole. Now the next hole we got to patch is the things that Mitch did for us on defense.
Right.
That might be another player. You know what I'm saying? That's out there. Like this Cisse kid from the Mavericks. That dude, he's everything Mitch was defensively. He was a two-way, and they picked up his qualifying option. So now he's considered a restricted free agent.
Okay.
And I've heard scuttlebutt about.
Well, sorry, let him finish. Mike.
So, like, we could offer him $2.5-3 million, but then the Mavericks will be like, "Well, we're gonna match it,"
because that's a basic NBA salary right there anyway.
Right.
If they match it, they would have to pay him more because like he's a third-year player.
I think so. Maybe second or third.
Right.
But they could also do something like this. Like it would be smart for the Mavs to sign him and then say, well, you need to send us Deuce or you need to send us 2 seconds for him. Or something. You know, that would be smart for them to do. And to be honest, it's something I might be willing to do, you know, even if it's maybe even Kolek or Dottier and a second round pick or something, you know, because that's just something. Because of the markets right now, I think what's left as far as signing vet minimums, we can get something that can replace Kolek, Dottier, or Deuce for the vet minimum or $3 million easier than we can using that money for a center spot. Like I don't think we can get another free agent center that's going to help, you know, fix what we need.
Right.
That's why I think for our second center it might be in a trade. Like, and then the other spots are going to either be one of these dudes to get bought out or the guy that usually wears number 23 on the last team he was on, and now number 23 is open for the Knicks. You know,
LeBron. I don't want.
I know it's blasphemy to say.
Hey, Coach. Before we
get to that subject.
Coach. Before we talk about that, let's stay on this topic right here to give everybody a chance to comment on the topic. So the topic right now that's on the floor is: should the Knicks trade bench pieces or / young players for a backup big that'll be the third big man? That's the topic.
I mean, he might be the third big man, but there might be situations and teams.
Hold on. I got you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking me a question. My bad.
No. I got you. I'm explaining the topic, man, and I wanted to go to because you explained it. As a matter of fact, you transitioned to this topic, and so what I want to do is just fill everybody in. The topic right now is: should the Knicks trade bench depth or young players for a third big man, right? Because regardless what position he played, that means the Knicks will have 3 centers. So it don't matter who plays more, what night or whatever, he's still going to be the third center, right? The Knicks are still going to have 3 centers, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask Jay, how do you feel about that? Would you trade bench depth, Deuce, Kolek, Diawara, Dottier for another team's third center so the Knicks can have a 3 big man rotation, 3 center rotation?
Their third center, the ones that they use the least. See,
I like that shirt you got on, by the way.
I'm about to say I got the memo.
I love it.
I wanted to say that since we came in, I almost went and got me my Scully and sat down and pushed my beard a little forward. But Yeah, I got the memo. Matter of fact, I'm looking for my glasses. But I can't see them because I don't got my glasses. So, all right. So look, I think that is exactly what they're doing. I think that they're going to try to pick up another big man via trade with the compiled amount of second rounders alongside one or two of our bench pieces. It's most likely because of the value going to be Deuce because of his value comparable to Kolek and other players right now.
Plus,
I
he's
can't
up for
see them
extension next year.
Right. I can't picture them trading Shamit, period. That's it. They just signed him. They're not gonna trade any of the people they just signed. So now who you have left? You have Kolek, you have Deuce, you have Dadier, right?
That's it.
So if I was them, I would with 100%. Ooh, okay. Sorry, Soto hit a homer. If I was them, and I believe this is what they're doing, they compiled those second rounders, knowing that we didn't have any first rounders, so we could throw a handful of second rounders at a better than third stringer, maybe a backup player, because to a team that might have drafted a big man. I think that we tried a numerous amount of times already to get Messi from I was going to get to David Smith. That's funny. That's one of the people that we have been talking to, but he doesn't really fit the defensive mold that we're talking about or the younger mold that we're talking about. Though he does fit a professional mold. So they said no to us a couple times. I don't know exactly what we said to them, but if we up it, maybe they'll say yes. Now you're talking about a team that has Drummond, Messi, and Cat, and I'm very comfortable with that. And some of the people that Mets mentioned, like Alex Sarr or something like that.
Yeah, it was Olivier Sarr.
He said
Olivier Sarr, not Alex.
Yeah. Oh, the other one. Oh,
the older brother. That's not
the older brother. Oh, yeah,
the one that failed in lunch.
yeah. Nobody take that back. Take that back. He's got SARS. So,
you had the bird flu.
Yeah, he got the bird flu for sure, and not the flying type. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's the move. The move is that we're not going to pick up anybody who is a free agent. We're gonna try to get somebody, but there is a flip flop to all that. That you're 100% right on, Freezy. Is that why in the right mind of somebody who has somebody under let's say a $3 million contract, but he's under control for 2 or 3 more years, and he's 22 years old. Why would they do that for us for even 5 second rounders? I don't know why they would do that.
Right.
You're right. It would probably take 2 first rounders, 3, 4 second rounders, and a player. So I'm hopeful that we could find. There's plenty of great players around the league. I'm not super hyped on a bunch of them. I know Jackson Hayes has been thrown around. I know a lot of things. A lot of these players have been, but I'll tell you this: no matter what they're doing, I believe in whatever they're doing.
Right.
Period. So we're gonna get better. I'll tell you what, whatever player we're bringing in and we're going so hard for is going to run more minutes than Huckaporty ran.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and the thing is, I think the third center we're going to get, I don't even think it won't necessarily be the actual third center. It might be
right.
a situational in the game center. Like if we're playing a team where Drummond's rebounding, coming in is going to be more important, and we're going against a team that's maybe more chucking and not driving to the paint much, then maybe Drummond goes in. But the other guy we get might be going against a team that drives a lot, goes to the paint a lot.
Oh, so you need a Precious Achua then type guy.
Like a Precious, I was going to say his name, but
that would have been nice.
He re-signed with Sacramento.
Yeah, he re-signed. But like, I'm not opposed to like one of them.
No, but I did say type of guy. Everybody,
right?
Type.
That's why
you did say Precious type.
To like one of them tweener, like could be like a 4 or 5, like kind of like one of them 6'9", kind of athletic dudes that can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, I know it's crazy to say it, but I'm curious to see what Jemison would do. Like, there's just something about his skill set and the way his motor and energy. I like it. And I'm not opposed to he reminds me of a dime store, Dollar General version of something like Amari Stoudemire. Like something about his mannerisms and the way he moves and goes to the rim, and he's really.
Excuse me, coach.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
That Jemison guy, that's the guy we had in the G League.
Yeah.
He played with us for a little while.
He played.
Yeah, all right. No, he was like one of the last cuts from last year's G League. Okay. I just like he was like number 40 something like that.
Yeah, he was number 50.
Yeah, he played back again. He played with his back to the rim a lot.
Yeah.
He played some regular season minutes. His first ever bucket for the Knicks was an and one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he made the free throw.
He's the box head dude, the battery head dude.
All right. Yeah, super swole, dark skinned guy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about.
No, he's fast, bro. He can move.
He can move though.
I know. I said swole, like
swole. Yeah. He's built.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, matter of fact, a bigger version than the dude from in Detroit.
He's like if Precious, if Precious saw the floor. If Precious could see the floor, he'd be Trey Jemison.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay.
Prezi, you funny, bro. You said
Precious just the idea 1,000 miles an hour.
You say Mike Brown's son. You do look like Mike Brown.
Right. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
For me,
yeah.
What up?
None, just chilling. Just had a lot of work going on, but just wanted to chime in on the topic real quick, if I might add. Honestly,
so we got so Cowboy Bob. The topic on the floor right now is should the Knicks consider now remember, listen to the question. Should the Knicks consider trading bench depth, young players, or assets to find a third big man for the center rotation? That's what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
I say no, because at this point there's a multitude of things that's gonna happen. We didn't play last year really with a third big until it was really Mitch was hurt permanent. Like he was really out for several games. The way Cat and the way Drummond is, I think we can work around it, and we can also enhance different plays. I don't know, not saying small balls, but I think we can incorporate a lot of different schemes, because Drummond get paid 20 minutes and Cat pays 28 minutes. That's 48 minutes right there. So they're both going to be helping each other out with that. So I really don't think we need a big. What I think we need to do is actually try to play the bench more with the younger guys and save what we have, because when All-Star breaks comes, since we're under the second apron and the money we're not spending to trade here and there, we can actually play those assets throughout the season. And then if we need to make a move that maybe forces us in the second apron or may cost us much, we have the room and the maneuverability to do so. So right now, I don't think we really need to do anything as far as trades. Just play the younger guys, see what we got, and if we need to move by All-Star break or before, we have the space and room to do it.
Okay.
And you can one more thing, and you really can't, whatever you're gonna trade to get, what you're gonna lose is not just team, you're gonna lose timing, you're gonna lose a lot of things as far as understanding the plays, seeing if you're a fit, because there's a lot of things that other players will make adjustments for. Let's look at Josh Hart. He was really bad at the 3-ball. Everyone else covered for him for about 2-3 years up until last season where he actually started being more efficient. You get a new guy in, their inconsistencies may throw off the team completely. Just one little thing, maybe not boxing out on a rebound, or maybe not, looking over their shoulder. So you trade these pieces, you lose more than just money or what they brought to the table. There's other things they do that doesn't get scripted. Example, Deuce McBride. His defense and his intensity, it's warranted, and he's a pull-up shooter. Shamit's another pull-up shooter. He's a little bit of what we both have in Shamit and in Jose. Jose and him both have good defense. Shamit has good defense, but not as good as I think Jose and McBride. But he's taller and can contest the shot. But him and McBride can shoot.
You losing me.
No, I'm saying, and then now you trade McBride.
I know what you're
saying.
saying.
First paragraph.
Let me finish. So now you lose McBride. Okay. You lose that defender. You lose the pull-up shooting. You lose how the team knows where he's going to be when they're kicking out a pass. That's what I'm talking about. So,
but how do you lose it when it's depth, though, Cowboy Bob?
There's 100 guys in the league that do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly, I just look at it as because of how we've played so well together with Tom in this season. I think that it's more important that we just stay along with that as well. Not saying we don't trade them. I'm just saying we got to understand what we're losing and what we're gaining.
All right. Okay. So you're saying just stay the course and just think about it. Just weigh your options. Don't be knee jerk. Just keep what you have, and then if something appears on your radar, consider it.
Yes, because you have the money, and that's what we did all year. Think about all these moves we've been making. Getting OG half season, like all these little trades didn't just come overnight. We had to kind of wait, make sure the money was right, and add correctly. So let's keep that process going because that's what got us here, was our patience.
Hey, you know what? I would consider, Coach. My consideration is this: if you have some money left over, then just sign back Sohan. Right, and he can be your small ball 5. He's a positionally flexible defender, right? We saw him guard when against Detroit. We saw him guard Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham in the same half of basketball, right? And so the other thing too is to the chat. What I want to mention is this. Remember, basketball is just not personnel only, right? Like when we say guard such and such and such, remember the coaching staff will devise certain schemes and strategies against certain players, right? Like you don't have to have a Mutombo if the other team has Shaq. You can defend it with a zone defense. You can front it. You can pressure the passer. You can ball deny. You can trap in the half court. You can do a lot of things to stop a big man from being dominant. One of the things I would consider is that look at the adjustments that Mike Brown made during the season. Look at the adjustments Mike Brown made during the regular season against all archetypes of players. Like right when we were losing to Houston on a Saturday night. Y'all remember the game we won in Houston, right? Mike Brown
we got clobbered in Houston.
Mike Brown didn't bring in a 6'9" wing to guard Kevin Durant. He actually brought in Jose Alvarado, and Alvarado disrupted the game. Alvarado can't guard Durant, right? We know that, right? Nobody can. But the Knicks went in a different strategic place, where instead of like trying to match body for body, they went strategy. They pressured Houston, who didn't have a point guard. They kept turning it over, right? And then what they would do is pressure the outlets. Right where Kevin Durant got the ball, they put a person in the paint and had one person guard him. and then they pressured everything else. So Kevin Durant couldn't make plays passing the ball. He had to put it on the floor. And then when he did that, Jose Alvarado got 2 steals late in the game, if y'all remember.
Yeah.
So these are the type things that I'm saying. Like, just because a team has this and you have this doesn't mean you can't take what you have and figure out how to beat what they have. It doesn't have to be body for body. Lee, you feel me? You see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah. I was saying, I mean, it ultimately comes down to this. I guarantee you Leon Rose and Mike Brown talked after the season. And throughout the process of the whole season of who are Mike Brown's guys that he trusts and believes in, Mike Brown showed exactly who his guys were. At the very beginning of the season, the young guy and the guy that impressed Mike Brown and he liked the most was Mo Diawara. He jumped, leapfrogged over all our young dudes and started playing because Mike Brown saw something in him.
Right.
Who did we sign first 4 years in the offseason? Mo Diawara.
Mo Diawara.
Coming into the season, Shamet, we were thinking about him or Gary Bird.
Right.
Him or Brogdon.
Yeah.
We had those conversations. He went into training camp, did what he did. Mike Brown saw what he can do. And he was the first guy off the bench.
Yep.
No one even was thinking about Shamet or thinking he was going to do what he did this year.
Played major minutes in the playoffs.
We bring GTA in and he might help us. And look what he started doing for us.
He played more minutes than Deuce.
Yep. Because Mike Brown believed in who produced.
Hey, Coach, can I add one thing to you?
Yeah,
I know you cooking, bro. And I hate that, you know what I'm saying, interrupting you.
I got the mic drop part towards the end. I'll wait till you're done. Go ahead.
Right. I'm the maitre d' though. I'm not the chef, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just coming back in telling you how good you cooking, bro. That's it. Keep doing that same thing you're doing, chef.
Hold on. I got some garnish I got to put on the plate. Don't pick the plate yet. Go ahead.
I love the garnish.
One of the things I think we should consider is that this is Mike Brown's second offseason about being the head coach. And some of the players here were Tom Thibodeau's players. So one of the things I think we should take into consideration is that we have to get Mike Brown some time to add players that he likes also, right?
Sounds like you're in a wind tunnel, Jay.
Yeah, he walked by. He got a fan set up, and he just walked by it. I know what he means. But yeah. So one of the things that I think we should also consider is that some of these moves will take time. Let Mike Brown get his hands on some of the guys that he wants to have here also, right? So that because for the most part, Mo Diawara is like the only guy that he was able to put major consideration in on getting a guy that was easily accessible. I know it sounds like it should have been GTA and Sohan, but during the offseason, as a matter of fact, Mo Diawara was drafted before Mike Brown got here. Remember, we drafted Diawara before Mike Brown took the Knicks job. So just want to say, everybody, like, legit, Mike Brown needs to have some input too, especially off of the way that he saw his team operated, you know what I'm saying, the 25-26 season. Mike Brown has to have some input too. So maybe three 7-foot bigs is not what he want to do, right? Maybe he wants to add, and basically I'm saying the maybe thing. I don't like playing the maybe game, but I have to do it in this moment because we have to give Mike Brown some time to also put his imprint on personnel as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to the point, I was alluding to was now up to this point, everyone that's on this roster who at different points of the season, Mike Brown believed in him enough to play significant minutes during very significant and important times in games, whether it's been in high volume or not. It's something that I'll be honest, the only time he really left Deuce in to play and cook were the games that were obvious. Like Deuce started just making everything.
Yeah.
And, Mike Brown's being a smart coach and like, bro, we got an NBA pro that's on fire. I got to keep him in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what his name is. We're keeping him in.
Yeah, let him cook.
But there was a lot of times where he had that old-fashioned Tibbs hook on him that he used to have on the young guys. Like as soon as you start messing up a couple times,
you're in the doghouse.
And this isn't knocking Deuce or hating on Deuce. It's just if our coach doesn't feel like he fits the mold of what's going to help our core win, then there might be another piece that will make Mike Brown more comfortable with his rotations. Then we got to trust in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the business side of it is unfolding itself out that way. Like there's the same conversation we're having this offseason we had about Mitch last offseason. It's Mitch's last season. He's due for an extension. He's going to be a free agent next year. Do we trade him now or let it ride out and take a chance? Now, if we don't trade Deuce now or by the trade deadline, two things are going to happen. He's not going to re-sign with us and we lose him for nothing and he gets paid somewhere else. Or he winds up having a good year and does the same thing,
You mind if the panel jump in and talk to that point right there that you just made?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'll start. I think Deuce is an invaluable piece of this new culture that the Knicks built. I think what Deuce McBride provides to New York Knicks fans is hope, right? Like when you see the Knicks gather 5, 6, 7 second-round picks, and you're like, yo, what did they get second-round picks for? Second-round picks ain't worth nothing. It takes 12 of them to equal a first-round pick, blah, blah, blah. And then you look at the Knicks developing second-round picks. Develop Brunson, develop as a second-round pick, drafted by the Knicks. But as a valuable bench piece in Dallas, he came to the Knicks as a second-round pick. Where he was drafted, he came here as a free agent, but he turned into a league MVP caliber guy. And he was drafted in the second round. Mitchell Robinson, the guys that a lot of us love that's now dearly departed, was a second-round pick, right? Guys like Isaiah Hartenstein I think he was drafted in the second round by some team. And before he got here, he was on the radar, but he came to the Knicks and turned into a valuable NBA starter as a second-round pick. Deuce McBride, Jericho Sims, guys that you were like, they'll probably get 2 ways being in the summer league and we won't hear from them again. Guess what? They came here and they valued and they worked in the Knicks culture, right, as second-round picks and developed into quality NBA players. The thing about Deuce McBride is you never see him say you never hear him say a bad word about the Knicks. It's always about hard work, dedication to your craft, doing the right thing. Even when Cowboy Bob talked to him, right? Cowboy Bob talked to him, man. I forget how long the conversation went, but I think I saw a thing on Instagram where Deuce McBride was excited about meeting Cowboy Bob. It was funny to me, right? Anyway, guys like Deuce McBride prove to Knicks fans that this front office is doing the right thing. Like they're on the right track. A second round pick that had flaws in his game. That's the reason why he was a second round pick, right? Came into the Knicks organization, worked hard, made his way up through the organization, and actually did something with his talent. Unlike Brett Beatty, who was drafted over Corbin Carroll and hadn't done anything as a Met since he's been here.
All right, next subject. Next subject.
Yeah, my bad. Was it too soon to say Brett Beatty was drafted before Gunnar Henderson? Yes. But anyway,
we can't turn into the Play the Kids channel again. Remember them days?
I don't. My bad. But the point I'm getting at is guys like Deuce exemplify what the Knicks front office and organization want the fans to know, that you can bring in guys off the radar and develop them in your system and culture, and they can be valuable contributors for a long time. For that reason, I think Deuce will stay. Now, if it comes to a point where you got to get some, if Andre Drummond gets hurt, right? If Andre Drummond gets hurt, right? And you're like, oh, geez, Cat can't play 48 minutes. You know what I'm saying? They got to get somebody. If they trade Deuce, it would be a heartbreaking day in the city, right? I think more than likely what they'll do is they'll part with a guy like Kolek, who deserves to play, and trade him somewhere so that he can play every night, right? I think that would be the more likely scenario. Like Tyler Kolek is a young kid that needs to play, right? He needs to play every night, but he's not going to play every night on a championship level team. So if you need a big, you can say, hey, Tyler, listen, man, we know you need to play every night. We know you can play, right? So we're going to send you somewhere. We're going to send you to Charlotte. Who knows, wherever. Milwaukee, so you can play, because it's fair. It's what families do. Family takes care of family, even if they're on another team, right? Like we'll look out for you, right? It's like one of the Yabusele thing. Like Yabusele legitimately is going to get a ring from this championship team, bro. And he did the Knicks a huge favor. And I'm sure the Knicks did him a huge favor on the other side of it.
By shipping him out to Chicago.
Right. So
you better believe they did. You better believe they did. 100%.
Yeah, because they got in return. They waived the dude they got in return. And he's like, hey, they don't even come to New York, bro. You're not, no disrespect. But we only did this so Yabusele can play every night.
And we could get Alvarado.
And right. So we could, exactly. And so for that reason, I think Deuce will be a Knick because of what he does for the culture. Right. I would be surprised if Deuce's number is not honored in some type of way. Like I wouldn't be surprised if him and Mitch and everybody that contributed to this championship gets honored upstate in the ceiling with some, not the banner, everybody. The banner goes to the organization. I'm talking about the persons that played, right? Like it wouldn't surprise me if there was some way to honor like this team in a historic way, right? So that's my long-winded way about saying I don't think they'll trade Deuce coach. Cowboy Bob, you got anything on that?
Yeah,
that's your friend, right?
Nah, that's Alawaz's grandson.
Hey, coach, he made Deuce said Blau range. Cowboy Bob's like, yeah, orange.
He said blue and orange. I'm like, no, it's orange, bro. Orange. Like
he probably thought it was something with range, like Cowboys on the range wearing that hat.
Hey, leave that hat alone. That got style, man. That hat got me many places I wasn't supposed to be.
We gotta get you a Knicks color.
Oh no, I am. I'm actually
like Border Patrol.
No, I am. I'm gonna get the. It's gonna be like the orange belt with the blue hat. I just gotta find the orange belt, and it's gonna look fly.
Oh, what, a blue Balenciaga belt? What?
No, it's gonna be blue. Yeah, blue with the orange stripe, and I'm gonna try to get a feather like a little peacock. Oh, it's gonna look fly. Oh my God. I'm pulling out my Clyde, man.
You mean looking like a pimp? What's up?
Yeah, you gotta get a little pocket square now, and some baggy jeans. some crocodiles, bro, you be all right. Some gators, not
some
gators,
John
the
Cliff
crocodiles.
But now with like I agree with everything you said though.
Everything
I
is
agree.
gone.
Like I'm not saying you can't trade him. He should, if he has value, you trade him because this team needs to keep growing. It's not about the name on the back; it's about the name on the front. And I agree with that. And that's why I say I think we should kind of see what the market is because we went hard in on Misi, and if we had gotten Misi, I think we would have been set for like the next 4 or 5 years because Misi is getting paid cheaper than Drummond. But anyway, since we tried to get it and they denied us, the league kind of like forced our hand to get Drummond. So for right now, sit back and wait and see what we can get because when we got OG, it was a steal. When we got Cat, it was a steal. And a lot of the moves that we were trying to get earlier,
We had
didn't get them.
assets. We had assets, bro.
Exactly. And like I just said with the Yabusele trade, how we traded Yabusele, and even though we really didn't need him here, he was able to get Alvarado. That's what I'm saying. We need to keep that flexibility because that's what got us here. And that
I think the Pelicans made that public because we lowballed them.
I think that's the reason why.
I was gonna say it too because I was gonna say this. They have 5 centers. They got 2 rookies. That one's a 7-footer, another one's 6'10". They got Derek Queen and they got Misi. So and then they got another.
They did that to create like a buzz that Misi is kind of
drive up the price, right?
Yeah, to drive up the price for him, even for us. Like, now it's gonna make us come back with, all right, we'll send you 3 seconds and this guy.
I think you're right. I think they wanted to add Deuce or Kolek, and the Knicks said, nah, that was too much. Because to be honest, if we added another draft pick, I'm just throwing it out there. I think we would have got it. But I
they can have all them second round picks.
They didn't use Misi. They didn't use Misi as often.
We'll get more.
He was healthy. They used Queen a lot more. They were using Queen as like a point center. They were playing him a lot last year more than Misi, even though Misi was playing through injuries. But they haven't been using it in the same way how Miami haven't been using Ware. So, of course, to the Knicks, especially to me, Ware's on the trade block, and y'all don't really use him. Now he gets traded. Misi should be traded. Y'all got 5 centers. What are you going to do with 5 centers?
What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about Ware? What do you mean about?
No, I was saying, like, I'm sorry, I jumped from Ware, because I was like, I think Ware has high potential on Miami, and I wanted to go after Ware, but they traded
he's in Milwaukee.
I know, and they traded.
No, he's saying that he had high potential, and he wanted us to go after him.
That dude's gonna be making $25-30 million, bro.
Yeah, he's a max player, bro.
Yeah, that was
my fault. Never mind then. I didn't think he was. I thought he was like a 12 or 14.
Because he's on his rookie deal still now. But.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought he wasn't yet. Okay.
Yeah, he shot 40% from 3, bro, on a career high attempts.
There's a reason why he was put in that trade for
first rounder too.
Yeah.
I bet you he was the most important part of that trade.
He was the most
100%.
Because I think Misi is a beast, but what are they gonna do with 5 centers? And I really think this trade ain't really off yet. I think they just put it on notice to try to see if they can get other offers, like you said, to drive up the price. But I think later on down the year, the Knicks may actually try this trade again because his value is 3.7 million. He's still on his rookie deal, so we can get him cheap.
And he's got years left after that, right?
Yeah, I think he got 2 years.
The only thing this signing for us for Drummond, all it was is. First of all, it was a timing issue.
Yeah,
this was right on the edge of a time where all the younger undrafted free agents were kind of scooped up for the higher money. Drummond, let's keep it a buck. He's the best vet minimum available center that was available for the vet min.
Yeah,
and someone was going to scoop him up.
Right.
So timing wise, we had to do this at this time, and this just showed, our fan. I'm not saying Leon Rose did it to ease the mind of the fans to hush them up for now, but he's just letting y'all know we're on this path. We're still looking around. We still only have 12 guys signed.
Right.
There's still 2 roster spots by rules you have to have, but then there's a 3rd roster spot we have to fill by a certain date, right?
A number of days, yeah.
Yeah. So there's still going to be 3 New York Knicks that they're floating around somewhere. They're going to be on the Knicks.
I'm going to tell you one of them that is supposedly on 3 or 4 different places, and I don't like it because it's not younger and it's not older, but it's the same name that was on there earlier, and that's Valanciunas. If he gets waived,
why?
that's the guy that we're going to pick up.
That's
You
right.
don't
That's
have
a
me,
hell
bro.
no. That's a work. That's going
even
backwards.
Yeah, thank you. See, wow. Whoa. Me
Yeah.
and Lee are
For your third center?
Yeah, I
That's
don't agree with that.
yeah.
Problem with Valanciunas is he's in his mid-30s, which means he's much slower in footwork, which means if you do put him in, that means one thing. You're going to have to overcompensate by putting him in drop coverage constantly.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it either at all. I'm just reporting what I'm seeing over here. I hope they don't do that. Matter of fact, when you were just telling me all those names of all the centers in one place
that were available,
I'd rather take Queen than him.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Kamisi?
yeah, I'd rather take Queen. No, than Valanciunas. Like,
Okay,
I'd rather
'cause I
take.
was about to say.
Yeah, no. If I had a choice out of any of those guys, it would be missing. He's 22 years old. He's got major upside. He's got major hops. He's super athletic.
Big time motor.
Big time motor. Humongous motor.
Big time motor, bro.
Yeah.
This is just one thing I just want to say real quick about Valanciunas, just real quick. So
yeah,
the things about Valanciunas is when guys get Valanciunas' age, it's not like he had a severe athletic drop off like due to major injury. It's the same thing that happens to athletes in general or people in general. You know, the athlete you are at 19 is not the athlete you're going to be at 35. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things that Valanciunas doesn't do, and on defense can be made up on offensively. One of the things is Valanciunas in the screen and roll game is he is going to annihilate defenders in the screen game, and guys know that already. They know that as soon as he enters the floor, guys are heads on a swivel, right? And if you have guys that value screens like Jalen Brunson and others, Valanciunas is going to absolutely annihilate defenders all night long. So while he doesn't give you the defense that Mitch gave you, he will wear out offense/defenders on the offensive end. So basically, he's a contributor, like the guy we brought in last year, Alex Len. Y'all remember Alex Len from training camp last year, right?
Yep.
A similar style guy. Len is probably more athletic because I think he's a tad bit younger, but he provides these. When guys hit the screen, bro, he's wiping people out,
knocking them out. Knocking them out.
And so while it seems like, oh man, it's just screens. Nah, bro, when dudes slow up to get to a Valanciunas screen, if you slow up on Brunson, it's an open three. If you get smashed on the screen, it's a Jalen Brunson to the bucket scenario against a awkward big. Right? So it's like he contributes in one way, he doesn't contribute in the other. But I guess the main thing I'm getting at is maybe we should look at what guys contribute and not what they do like Mitch.
Right. And also 2 of the articles, sorry about that, 2 of them are saying if he was to be waived before Drummond was available, they would have got him instead.
Right.
They would have picked him up. And that's why his name is being floating around. I'm reading it differently now. That he was that may be true, but if he wants to win a chip here, and he's just coming from a team where he played behind one of the best big men in the entire NBA, well, you know where it is. It's in New York.
You know who I wouldn't mind sneaking in and getting, who needs a guard or two, is Jay Huff.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, but Jay Huff was one of the guys we were talking about. Don't forget, Jay Huff was the third guy. I think he's still available to be the third guy. You want to talk about a powerful guy, a legitimate 7'1", 240?
And he's a rim protector too.
Yeah, big time.
I didn't see his name on the list. I think he's still with Indiana.
Yeah, I know he's ready. I'm talking about for a trade.
Oh.
Yeah,
because now they got Zubac, and I know they like that Cam Jones kid they got, and then they have like guys like Jarris Walker and
Siakam.
These tweener like Micah Potter they got now too.
Micah Potter used to play for the Knicks.
Yeah, they got him too.
He was the dude that did the Euro step in place. Remember, he took like 7 Euro steps in place.
Did Cam Jones get cut?
He was doing the running man.
Yeah, he was doing the running man.
He was doing the running man. Come on, the old one, the real one.
Shout out to Fritz Nelson for info. Cam got cut, I guess.
Right.
But he only makes $2.6 million. So to me, Jay Huff, that's name that hasn't been floated around too much.
Okay.
It was floated around right after the after we won. He was floated around. I saw him everywhere. But you're talking about Indy too. So if he's not like completely free, like as free agent wise, I don't know. It seems tough for me.
So coach, you for getting a third big?
Oh, we got it. It's not a doubt in my mind.
Okay.
You just can't. And when I say a third big, it's more like the third big's got to be a versatile big. Like Drummond fits a certain mold of big.
Yeah.
Now it's a half court big.
The other guy could be a small ball big, a small ball 5.
Right.
Or someone that's more versatile,
like Jericho Sims.
That's what I was gonna say. Like
No. I'm talking about the archetype.
No, but like Jericho Sims, but someone that's got like a basketball
talent.
IQ.
Somebody's got talent.
And has
if that's the case,
that could catch the ball.
If that's the case, then why don't we? Like, I agree with what Unc said about signing Cho-Chan. If that's the case, because if you're gonna run small ball, Cho-Chan.
Not according to McHale. Not according to McHale. Not according to McHale. Says Cho-Han. He's a beast.
The reason why I say that is because I agree with what Uncle is saying, and I think that we do need, like you said, 3 more people. And Cho-Chan, we can get him on it cheaper. We can't run him with the small ball option. He did guard Wemby, so like.
I didn't say we need 3 more people though.
No,
and here's the thing. I'm not even against. Like I said, we still have technically 2 guaranteed spots we have to fill, but really we have to fill 3. So you can have Soham plus a big plus a swing player.
Okay, the reason why I keep asking about the big is because I don't think we operated last year with Mike Brown with 3 bigs. Like Ariel, as much as I love them, you guys,
because we got a max level center that didn't get hurt.
That's what I'm saying. So this year, why is there a need for a third center this year as opposed to like how it was last year?
Insurance.
Mitch is there.
Cowboy Bob, the answer is you had 3 centers last year.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the replacement of Mitch is like a relic.
The answer is no NBA team is gonna, operate without 3 centers. Like generally what they'll do is 4 point guards, 3 centers, and a whole bunch of wings in between.
Right.
Like, and all the wings will look different. You'll have some flats, you'll have some drums, but they'll all be wings though.
Because our top 3 center in the league that's on our team, who has the worst damn whistle in the universe, unfortunately gets called for some fouls. And we saw in the playoffs, Huck Porty had to play.
Huck Porty had to play
a few times.
So and he played well.
That's how important a third center is. Because big 7-footers that can play physical and bang around and do all the things that a center like Cat does. Cat isn't just a statue.
I don't know.
And he's not 23 years old anymore.
No.
He's going to get some boo-boos and owies too. So you got to have
Bobo
3 guys.
Yeah. And then plus two, everybody. Listen, so plus 2. This is one of the things. I've been watching some of the other shows, and I'm not going to say the other shows are bad. I'm just going to say, if you want real basketball talk, check out Lawrence's. Let me just say that. Right. But I've been watching like other shows, and they ignore really important topics like the Knicks have to play an 82 game schedule. That's why 3 centers are important.
Yeah.
They ignore topics like the Knicks and Spurs played more basketball games than anybody else in the NBA. So there may be a hangover. Like these guys may hit a wall during a regular season. Right? Like there are a bunch of different things that's not talked about that we have to take into consideration. The Spurs and Knicks played more basketball than anyone else in the NBA. Like, remember, we started off the preseason playing more preseason games than everybody. Then we played the Emirates Cup Championship that didn't count, right? We played 83 games. And so did the Spurs. And then we played the Spurs in the NBA Finals.
Luckily, we took care of business.
Right. And another thing you could add to that really quick is the fact that the Spurs, if we're going to run it back, just went out and drafted a 7'3" kid.
Yeah.
So they're not. Look what happened to them last year when they didn't have an actual backup center for when Wemby came out.
Right.
When Wemby came out, we abused them because they didn't have an actual backup center at all.
To be fair,
right. Hold on. Let me finish my point. Hold on.
They did. They just didn't.
One of the other coach. Hold on for a second. One of the other points I wanted to point out too is when San Antonio lost, they went home and they started licking their wounds. You know what the Knicks did after they won a championship? They had to do the Champions Tour, which is more days away from your off-season training. Like when you're the champ, your schedule starts later. Are we mad at that? Hell nah, because we the champ. It's what every team wish they could have the schedule the Knicks have right now. But the Brooklyn Nets, they've been off since April 15th. You know what they've been doing? They've been in Cancun for a month, came back May 15th, and started training since May 15th, right? The Knicks, legit, they won a championship the week of the 10th. I think it's like the 13th, 12th or 13th, whatever that was. Yeah, the 13th. Then they had to get set for the Champions Tour and the parade and all that stuff. So the Knicks don't get back into the gym till June 20th, I'm sorry. So the Knicks can free up some and get in the gym about the 20th of June. These other teams like the Bucks and the Heat, the ones that are challengers, man, they've been off since April or May. They get to rest their bodies. The thing is I'm not saying that the Knicks can't do skills training. What I'm saying is those guys legitimately could rest their bodies. The Knicks did not get the opportunity to rest their bodies. That's why it's important for us going into this season as the champion to understand there'll be some nights where Cat is not going to play, when Brunson is not going to play, because what they don't want to do is get the championship hangover, the layover, the thing that stops guys from repeating. Like there have been 7 champions before us, nobody repeated. We all know the reason why. Fatigue and injuries. When you look back at all the previous champs, look at all the fatigue and injuries that hit them in that next season. And if you're the Knicks and you know this, because the Knicks are smart, what you'll do is cut back on these minutes, right? Give other guys time to play. Maybe Tyler Coley gets to play. All these all these wild different types of scenarios. So when April 27 gets here, we'll be having a conversation about the Knicks being healthy and defending their championship. That's all I wanted to get in there. Go ahead, Mitch.
Okay, what I was trying to get at, if we look at the situation for the Knicks, they have got a lot of catch-up to do with their training. True. The minutes cut down has been a boon for the starting five because they're not basically playing every game like it's going to be the last game of the year like they did under Thibodeau when compared to under Brown. We have the pieces needed. My thing is with the third center, why not just develop Jemison or Sohan? I mean, sure, you could get Valanciunas, but at 34, like Cowboy Bob and I mentioned, the big problem with him is you're going to be put over utilizing him in drop coverage most of the time defensively. And he's at that same spot with Olynyk, in my view. So,
And
the Nuggets do waive him.
And the only reason why I say about the third center is because what we spoke about earlier with Misi. I still feel later down the road we can make a negotiation to get him. He could be our third center. So just like Matt said, for the meantime, we could I know it's important to start training camp with three centers, and you guys are all right about that. But what I'm saying is if we look down the road, if we can keep maybe just that spot open long enough to where we can work negotiations and get Misi to where we're not handicapping ourselves trying to find someone else. Because Drummond at $4 million less than what he got last year is a steal. I don't think this market right now.
Are you trying to steal Coach Point? Is he Coach?
No, actually. Wait, hold on.
I said that in the chat. Right in front of your face?
I said that in the chat. I said it in the chat too. I said it way before he did.
I don't know. I don't know.
Scroll up. And I said it in the chat
I ain't know. I ain't working now. I'm going to go.
What do you think? I looked at the chat. What do you think? I look at the chat for my own points? I don't think so.
Yeah,
no, I'm not saying that neither. But
wait, Coach, did you read his point, Coach? Is that what happened?
No, I didn't say he did. I did not say that. All I'm saying is
I'm only messing around. Come on now.
Before he said that, I know we always sweet family. All I'm trying to say.
If I went to chat for advice, I'd be talking about how Cap's the greatest center ever, and how Mitch is the best thing since sliced bread. Yes,
you know this is troll bait, bro. Roll with it. But to be honest, though, I do think that we have an option down the road. We just need to keep it open for Misi.
I'm gonna give you a quick example. Down the road, that person that we'll be looking for will be more expensive because they know that we'll be needing them at that point.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why we need to get the person, whoever we're gonna get, gotta go into training camp with us. Because if we wait to April and we wait to whatever it is that you're talking about, they're gonna want way more than we can give them.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna get them.
And
it's quality and quantity and.
But
now guys are healthy. You don't want to go into the season have New Orleans get injuries at center, and then they can't trade me.
Right, and thank you. That is a perfect addition.
Yep. You hit me right before I was about to rebuttal. Perfect. That was perfect.
We don't have to rebuttal. Hey, Cowboy, but we don't have to rebuttal. We all it's a family here, bro. We don't have to
discussion.
But I was just saying I was going down a dark path, and you stopped me. That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, get some headlights. Get some headlights for your car.
I don't care about if a dude's 30, 40, 50, 20. It matters what they can do this season, period.
Right. This season right here. This window. Right?
I know a 50-year-old in my neighborhood.
How many rosters and championship rosters have we can go back? You can go on basketballreference.com, not a sponsor. They go on any of these sites.
Get them, coach.
Look in recent history. Y'all think if we would, as a fan base, sign Al Horford when we signed him, we would have been hearing all y'all complain, oh, this dude's a relic. He's cooked. He's trash. Of course he's cooked compared to who the perennial all-star Al Horford is. You got to think about what this is where I don't want full on analytic Billy Ball like the Billy Bean stuff, like the Oakland A's stuff. Like you can't build a whole roster like realistically like that. But this part of the roster though, like the bench, like the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th guy, that's when you get Billy Ballish. Like you start thinking about, look, David Justice.
Giambi.
I'm not looking for the Davis Justice on the Braves.
Right.
I need the Davis Justice that can take a walk.
Right.
I need that Davis
You couldn't
Justice.
afford them. You couldn't afford the Braves.
Right.
David.
And you know what's
Right. You exactly.
I need the on-base percentage David Justice, which is still at your age, you have the best value of that. That's what the A's did that year.
Yeah.
For us,
100%. That was perfect coach. Not the 40 home run hitting, the 17 home run hitting, taking more walks guy.
yeah, like Drummond presents only a piece of what he used to do at the value of what we're getting him for. So those are the things we're looking for right now. Like Al Horford just signed 2 more years. He's still
amazing.
playing.
He can give you screens. He can shoot
Because he can shoot and
He can still shoot.
Now I would have preferred Al Horford over Drummond any day.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Hey, but just real quick to everybody, I think that the puzzle solved itself. I don't know if Yves Missi is going to be the guy. And from basically what we heard was the guy that we're going to sign is the guy from Golden State.
Post? Quentin Post?
Post?
No, the other guy from Golden State.
Damn, I forgot his name.
Kevon Looney.
Oh, I know who you know.
Kevon Looney. Yeah,
From the Guangdong, China.
That was the rumor, right? So if they sign Drummond, does that mean Kevon Looney is off the radar? I don't think it does. I just think it means, Kevon Looney and the Knicks have interest, and maybe Kevon Looney and the Knicks are trying to figure it out.
That's it.
And look,
And maybe they can, maybe they can, maybe they can't. Right?
I'm not saying we're the 90s Bulls.
Right.
But they did it with all journeyman centers, even the starters, except Luke Long. Luke Longley was the only one that kind of
and Bill Winnington.
Yeah, became a regular starter.
Thank God.
But they had the whole rotation of like you said, Cartwright, Bill Winnington,
Robert
Will Purdue, Brad Sellers, and Stacey King. Yeah, they had like every journeyman center ever during that run.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, because sometimes it comes down to just like
the right fit.
There's a work like how many teams? Look, the whole NBA wrote off Landry Shamet.
Yeah. Everyone
thought Landry Shamet was cooked
several times.
No one wanted him. We barely wanted him.
Right.
Now he's one of the best rotation guys on our roster, on a championship roster.
He's a Mike Brown favorite.
Like,
how
do we know in this culture? When was the last time Drummond was in a locker room where he can truly be comfortable and flourish and feel like a big part of the puzzle? Like he might come here and be like, man, this training is great, man. I might lose a couple pounds and like,
you gotta.
I ain't gotta be like, I ain't gotta worry about Embiid stubbing his toe every 2 seconds. You know, like he might get comfortable and have a resurgence. I mean, this dude's only 32.
Right, and not to mention the fact, Coach, that he's coming into a place that'll feel a gentleman, not no wild who's going to take whose spot and who's going to be the best and who's number one today and Maxi's number one, or is it Embiid number one?
Like the culture is set. The pecking order is set. The roles are set.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Clear defined roles. Yep.
yeah, he's coming in without it. The only pressure he has is just, hey, do your job, man. Get us some boards.
Yeah.
You know, try to defend a little best you can. If you got to open three in the corner once in a while, go ahead, man, shoot it. That's what the smartest thing Drummond showed how, because some vets have a hard time self-reflecting and reshaping their game.
Yep.
Guys like Melo, AI, they try to keep staying themselves when their body changed.
Right.
Like you can't stay like guys like Horford, Brook Lopez, like all these dudes added the 3-point shot to their game because they knew it was going to extend their career. So that's why Drummond was like, you know what? I have a little bit of a touch already. Let me start working on these threes. He was probably in situations his whole career where he's like, we don't need you out there. We need you down here getting rebounds, you know?
Yeah.
You don't need to be shooting them, you know? And now he's shooting them. So maybe he turns into Sam Perkins. You know, remember he all of a sudden started shooting threes one day back in the day. You know, like, so I'm not saying Drummond's going to turn into six-man. I'm not very blasphemy like this, but the Knicks have an environment that's conducive to giving guys that are hungry and want it enough and have enough ability, an opportunity to show you can still do it, and especially in this environment. It happened with Shamit, it happened with GTA, it happened in spurts with Clarkson. So,
speaking of Clarkson, has there been any news on what's going to happen with him?
He's going to turn into DeMar DeRozan.
I mean, that's
what
I've heard those little rumors, like whoever the next buyout is. We're obviously, you know.
Hey y'all, let me introduce this because I think I got about like 30 more minutes, man, before I have to.
What's up, Cash?
Sneak out to the movies. But let me
salute panel.
Hey, so I got a thing I want to put on the table. The summer league is in a few days.
Ooh,
do you guys anticipate a breakout from one or two Knicks players? And will that impact how Leon Rose views filling in the last few roster spots?
Nickel.
Perhaps. But more often than not, most of these kids are going to be sent down to the G League anyway, when you think about it.
I want to officially put in my application to begin to start the Tyler Nickel Hive.
Which is the one going to Germany?
I'm the president of that.
Jack
Gale.
Jack's going to Germany, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I think
is that official? He's officially going overseas?
Yeah, he's going overseas, but I think not to play, right? He's going overseas for to work out, or is he going out there to play?
Because a second round pick that high usually makes the team.
Right. And he has enormous respect. So I don't know. Is he going? I don't know if he's going to Germany to play. I know he's going to Germany. He's going to Germany to work out. Is he going to go play on a team? Like, I don't know what's happening with that. But I know he's going to Germany.
Yeah, he was a pretty high second rank. He's not. I don't think he was. Coach, he was drafted in the 30s.
Yeah, with our 30.
Yeah, 30 something.
I think.
Yeah. The guys like him and Tyler Kolek, them guys that usually get drafted in the 30s, bro, they usually make your roster.
Smart too.
And there was some mock draft guys saying he had lower first round potential pick.
Yep, it sure was.
Yeah.
But he's not even on the summer league roster.
Yeah, he's doing something in Germany. I don't know. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna get back. But I know he's going to Germany.
But I'm looking forward to how well Tyler Nickel shoots. He's got some invited to the barbecue talk. Have you heard him talk yet?
Yeah, he's got some Tyler Kolek in him.
Tyler Nichols got some flavor. And just for that alone, we got to keep those two ties for a nickname.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things I want to talk about Ty Nickel, but I wanted to point out one of the kids that's been here first before we talk about the second round. And this is me. Y'all talk about whoever y'all want to talk about. But in my mind, I just want to do a certain order. Right. In my mind, I believe that Dadier or Diawara is going to get significant minutes during the season. And it's not because of the Knicks not signing somebody, but I think it's the natural progression of things. You'd like to see these guys, especially now in my mind, and this is just me only, I'm not telling you to like who I like. Right now, I think Hakeem Dadier is the more balanced player. Right? Like, I think he's the more balanced player. Right? Like,
over Kolek?
Over Diawara, I think you say.
Yeah, Diawara. Yeah, I'm talking about the wing, the two wing things.
Oh, the wings? Okay. I just want to know where we're talking about.
Yeah, so he's the more balanced of the two. I think Hakeem Dadier naturally is the better defender. Like, he has natural defender instincts. I think my guy is a point of attack defender at 6'9", 6'9.5", whatever he is. I think he can guard guards and wings, probably too light to guard bigs or jumbo bigs, whether it's a big power forward or a regular starting NBA center. What I would say is keep an eye out for both of those guys. Where Diawara can guard, where Dadier can guard, I think his defense will get him on the floor and keep him on the floor, right? He's not a shot maker and he's not super aggressive offensively, but he will knock down shots if you give it to him. At least that's towards the end of the G League season. That's what it looked like. Like, he was a guy towards the end of last G League season. He was a guy that was consistently knocking down open shots when he got the opportunity. Now, Diawara, on the other hand, now just for a sake of comparison, I think right now Hakeem Dadier is on that Bruce Bowen role. If y'all remember what Bruce Bowen did for the Spurs, he's not Bruce Bowen right now. Bruce Bowen didn't really become Bruce Bowen until age 25-ish. Right, so like age 25-ish or something like that, right?
So during the fourth reign for the Spurs.
Right. And so, but Diawara gives me Pascal Siakam vibes. Like, if he continues to develop and stay aggressive, I think Mo Diawara will be a fantastic offensive NBA player. I see stuff in his defensive game where I'm like, bro, come on, you're not even you're not even in your stance right now. I mean, like there are certain things defensively for somebody that has defensive instinct. Mo Diawara has to be coached up on it and has to be drilled in his head. Like, just because the ball is not on your side of the floor doesn't mean you can stand up and rest for offense, or you got to be actively playing defense, positioning, all these small things that Dadier does because of instincts. And if you ask me which guy, if one guy reaches their ceiling, who would become the star, of course it would be Diawara, because how we love buckets and points, how we love handles. But Diawara offensively is a poor finisher at the rim for his size, right? Maybe he's not strong enough for his weight. And his three-point shot is super streaky. But the encouraging thing about Diawara is he can get to his shot and he's not afraid, right? He can get to the rim, and he's not afraid. Right. The reason why I can judge his finishing is because he actually gets to the rim. Dottier doesn't. Now, Dottier has a pretty good, in my opinion, a pretty good half-court handle. He can handle the ball in the half-court. Diawara has an excellent full-court handle. Can handle everywhere on the floor. Right. So much so that about 10 times this year I saw on made buckets, Josh Hart deferred to Diawara to bring the ball up, which is crazy that a veteran like Josh Hart, like a goofball like Josh Hart, would say, hey, this dude's a better ball handler than me. I'll let him bring the ball up the floor. Now, with that, now, generally a team is only going to have one spot for minutes, right? A team is only going to have one spot for minutes, right? Like, who are you going to play? Diawara or Dottier? You know what I'm saying? But during a long season, I think you'll see both of these guys. And I do think you'll see, I think of all of this, of all the stuff that I just said, and I didn't mention Tyler Kolek, I do believe Tyler Kolek is going to be the victim of numbers, because I still think the Knicks are going to bring back another veteran guard, and it'll probably be Jordan Clarkson. And even if they do, that means Tyler Kolek probably won't get the minutes that he deserves to get. So would y'all, anybody have an opinion on how y'all feel about the young guys?
My fingers are crossed that we do well with these kids.
I think it's obvious that they signed the guy that they like. They're going to give him the most attention. He's going to play the most minutes. Outside of that, Become Dottier, everything you say may be true. I'm very interested to see it come to fruition on the floor. And I think we'll find.
Same thing for Diawara. It's got to come to fruition.
Oh, no doubt about it. Listen, there's no doubt about it. But something in them made them see it enough to sign him for 4 years at a great deal, right? At a great deal. So, I agree with you on that. That was, definitely. But let's not forget that they did sign him nonetheless. And generally, when you sign somebody, you put your most energy into that person, and you're going to play him. If that other kid plays him way better, that's the only chance that he has to play even close to the same amount of minutes as you are. But he has to really show out. He has to show out, and he has to be given the opportunity. That's the big part of it. He has to be given the opportunity.
Yeah, this is a prove it year for Dottier. We're getting on a third year now, and I know he was young.
I think it's a prove it year for Kolek.
Yeah, him too, especially him because he's older.
Yeah.
And your boy,
older and a 4-year college.
Yeah,
he's older in every way.
Diawara was doing really well in the beginning of the season. So I think they got faith in him.
Hey y'all, so we got people backstage. Hey y'all, I want to bring everybody up, but what happens is when we bring a certain number of people up on the stage, then others have like issues with StreamYard. So I'm gonna just keep this group right here for now, and we could rock these last 10 minutes or so, man. Just talking about these young guys in summer league. I'm not gonna lie to you, Coach. The Tyler Nickel kid impresses me some. There are some things though about Tyler Nickel's game. I just want to throw the whole Tyler Nickel draft pick in the trash, right? Like, but here's the thing. Here's the thing: the Knicks don't draft you and bring you on board if they don't believe in you. So there's something there that we don't see. What I see in Ty Nickel is this. What I see in Ty Nickel is this. Ty Nickel is a very confident spot-up shooter. Ty Nickel is an excellent relocator in your offense while the offense is in the flow of the offense. right? He knows where to be, right, and knows how to get open. The thing I may not like about Tyler Nickel is I don't think his handle is there for an NBA wing. I don't know, and I'm not saying it's not there. I'm saying I hadn't seen it. So Summer League will let us know. I don't know what level of athlete he is because I hadn't seen it, but we'll see that in Summer League, right? I don't know if he is a defender capable of pushing Diawara or Dadier because he's in that group now. He's in that group of young wings now that we have, right? He's in that group. He's a draft pick. He's a Knick, right? So I'm not throwing him away. These are things that we'll have to see, right? Now, the thing about Nickel is you're a veteran. You're older than Diawara and Dadier. You played more basketball, right? What's his IQ level? Can we see that in Summer League, right? Can we see him showcase some things in Summer League? Can we see him be a veteran type rookie in Summer League, like lead the Summer League team, like show some stuff? Can he hit free throws? Can he get deflections? Can he help get guys in the right position? Now, I know that you don't expect a lot from a rookie, but I'm not talking about the NBA season. I'm talking about the Summer League where you're playing against peers. You're going to be playing against a whole bunch of guys in your same age range, guys just like you with similar attributes that have similar things to prove, right? Now, also the thing about Ty Nickel is that I'd like to see, and you can't watch this on film, is he a consistent three-point shooter, or is he a guy that once he gets hot, he's the best three-point shooter in the league for like a week or two? Is he that guy? Is he Deuce McBride? Yeah, I remember like Deuce is like for stretches, Deuce will get so hot you think he's one of the hottest three-point shooters in the league, and then Deuce will go through this thing of maybe not finding the consistency on that three-point shot. But you know the three-point shot is there, right? And Tyler Nickel's defense, with everything I see with him defensively, is Tyler Nickel already in the crowd. I don't want to see Ty Nickel highlights with him already in the crowd. That means he's hidden already. Like, don't show me a play of him reaching in the crowd and getting a deflection. Like, I need to see him defending a guy of his own. Can he stay with that guy? And then that way we can build our opinions, whether they're valid or not, or assumptions, whether they're valid or not, around us actually seeing him do his job. Now, here's the thing. I like him more than I like the KO kid, because the KO kid reminds me of George Hill from the Spurs. If anybody remembers George Hill.
Of course, I remember George Hill, the little mustache, right? Yeah, I remember him.
The little leader guy, the leader, right? So if this KO kid is like, if he's from that George Hill, Jalen Brunson archetype that's new to us, where you're a short combo guard type guy, really strong, maybe raw, because he's raw, right? He's not gonna blow you away with his touch, but what he does is have command of a basketball game, right? Like, he's not a great shooter, not a great defender, not a great this, not a great that, not a great this, not a great, but somehow he commands a basketball game. Kind of like how Chauncey Billups was when he first entered the league. Like, not a leaper, not a dunker, not a three-point shooter, not a this, not a that, but somehow kept the car in the road, right? Through basketball instincts. The KO kid, what I would say is this. I think he'll need more time than Ty Nickel. I think Ty Nickel could probably get you some points in the G League early, and we may see him replace Coach. What's the Kev McCullough? Like, he may replace Kev McCullough, right?
I know one thing. They got 17 power forwards on that Summer League team. They looking for something. They literally got 8 power forwards and a center on the Summer League squad.
Yeah.
So
they do.
I'm
I don't know if one of those guys come around and surprise us or.
I mean, somebody's going to surprise us in the summer league.
Mike Brown, I think, in his heart of hearts, is rooting for Dylan Jones.
Good night, everyone.
Hey, salute. Hey, salute. The reason why I was trying to do this in a certain order is because when we get a certain number of people on stage, we start to have audio and mic issues. So I was going to try to rotate everybody out. It wasn't nothing crazy.
That's understandable, man. I tell you what, I'm grateful to be around loving Knicks fans who love their team. We're celebrating. I think I might have met you, Freezy, and some of the other guys on the panel through Nick of Time, other podcasts, CP the franchise, and look, man, we're all together. I'm from the Bahamas. And I was there from '94. Listen, man, Patrick Ewing. Oh, by the way, Patrick Ewing is working along with Liam Robbins and Lance Ware and the other centers that's in the summer league. But I'm looking forward to Liam Robbins, 7-footer, 235.
235.
See the kid from Vanderbilt from a couple of years ago.
No, he's a kid. It's the undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
So he played for
and
Vanderbilt.
I think Rich Paul. So I'm sorry. I think Leon Rose was. I think he's looking. I think he already knew it's going to be nickel and another two-way center. And I was thinking this way before Mitchell Robinson was leaving. So because if we're going to stay under the apron. And you're gonna have two ways. It's gonna be nickel and a center that proves themselves in the summer league. And right now with Patrick Ewing, the way he's working with our bigs, I can see Liam Robinson or Lance Ware, because Lance Ware he has the athleticism and the rebounding, but 6'9", 240. But what we need is somebody that's able to get the A1 bigs, keep them out of the paint, block them out, get the rebounds that we need them to get for 15, 20 minutes. Or if Cat gets in foul problem, it's not like we're in dire need. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you bringing his name up. I was actually gonna talk about him on another show. You brought him up tonight. I like him, man. Here's my thing. Here's my thing with the kid from Vanderbilt that you and Coach talked to just briefly about. I don't like his lack of finishing through contact, right? The NBA is a more physical game, right? Some of that stuff, like some of the floaters, you have to punch that, right? Some of that, right? I also like the fact that there's some potential to expand the shot outside of the paint. I really like that. I don't know what I'm maybe what I'm not so high on or maybe confused about is mobility, like how mobile he is. All the highlights I see are exactly that, highlights, like of the things he did best. And so but I didn't get a chance to watch a full game of him. So I don't know what he's like in the flow of a game. Respectfully, to your point, I'm just being honest with you, right?
I'm out here freezing.
Yeah.
Night.
All right, boss. All right.
Have a good night.
Yeah. So one of the other things about the Vanderbilt guy is in the stuff that I've seen, I like the way he opens up and explodes out of screens. Does he have the quickness to get to the rim though? Anybody seen that on him? Like I've seen the highlights, right? But I hadn't seen in the flow of the game can he be a guy that can get to the rim? Not necessarily to catch lobs, but maybe be there for offensive rebounds.
I watched a lot of the centers tapes. He's good. They could work with him to make him better. But naturally, I don't see him naturally being explosive. If that's the word, like if the word you're kind of searching for, I don't know. But he's got skills. He definitely got skills.
He's got heart, bro.
And correct me if I'm wrong, right? But the way we've been rebounding for 3 years, to me, it's like Russell Westbrook when you have Steven Adams basically boxing out so Hart can get every rebound. To me, that's the Russell Westbrook style of rebounding where you know he's going to get a triple-double because Steven Adams is going to sacrifice himself. And that's that's been OG Cat all season long. And Hart's just cleaning up. So my thing is that's not going to change with the young power forward centers coming up from the summer league. That's not going to change. They're going to box out for Josh Hart. So we're not expecting them to, per se. You see where I'm going?
Right.
Am I off?
No.
I agree with you. I agree with that.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Now
you're making a lot of sense.
Yeah, the thing is with like the fundamentals of basketball. When you learn from a little kid, the first thing they tell you is if everybody box out, the guards will get rebounds. That's the first thing you learn, right? Like if everybody put a body on the body, then it's like.
And I don't think we're going to change our style. So it's not going to be these guys coming up to surprise us with 9 rebounds a game. It's going to be Josh. It's going to be Josh Hart getting all the boards that he can because of clearouts.
Right. I mean, it's kind of how Randall made a name for himself with his rebounds by getting cleared out by Mitch at the time. The weak side or whatever side you want to call it, the of the rim is exactly where Randall would be standing to get the rebound while Mitch was on the other side. So now we put somebody else in that position. Let's call him Cat. And that's exactly what Hart has been doing with Cat out on the floor. Right. So you could add another young man who's 7 foot or whatever it might be, and that's going to continue to flow on with Josh Hart, OG, and even Diawara at times. You know,
and I think it's a special thing because if you look at Game 1, all they did was after Josh Hart got the first 7 rebounds. He went on his own fast break, and Wembanyama had to come out of the game with 6:40 left in the first quarter. The reason why we did that is because Josh Hart got the clearouts from the power forwards boxing out, and he just ran the floor and made Wembanyama try to catch him. So it's not a bad thing that we don't have a big, because even if Cat is limbering up floor trying to keep up with Josh Hart, we don't mind that type of offense because Hart is up the floor creating for his teammates, and Cat doesn't mind that. But who minds it is the opposing center who has to try to keep up with the quickness and the run of the Knicks on the run.
Right. Interesting.
I mean, listen, I totally agree with that too. And I don't think that obviously they did not bring in Drummond to do a full court rush down the thing. He's more, like you said, per needed half court play basketball center. I still believe we do need a younger person going into it, just like last year's recipe having a third person in the back field. But if they didn't, do you not think that we still need some sort of larger player? If he's not a center, how about a power forward that has great leaping skills and a high motor?
I think the beautiful thing about Westbrook and Steven Adams is that's very difficult to do, and you're probably asking egos to sacrifice, right? And that's exactly what the Knicks are, sacrifice. So you can't, we're going to box out so Westbrook can get 10 rebounds. People are going to say F that on his team. I'm getting my own rebound. You got to get your own. But for us, we don't think that way.
I don't think this team.
Yeah, this team don't play that way.
The only people that count rebounds as regards to the Knicks are the crazy fans.
Right. Or the guy who gambles.
Yeah, if you're betting the parlay and
right, 100%.
Yeah, but the Knicks now, Josh Hart and Brunson will always rib at each other because they're boys, in their podcasts about stat stuff, sometimes for fun, but
Right.
they don't care who has 10 or 12 or 9 or 6 or they care more about just team rebounds in general.
They care about the W.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
But I think we're still missing the quickness and dangerous defensive ability of Mitch. Able to switch from a center, come across a screen and catch on a guard. These things that we can't replace. But I can tell you one thing. He was never getting the rebound. He was always going to box out for somebody else. That's Mitch. He cleared out a bunch of times in those key moments of the game 5.
Right.
And so it's about clearing out, executing what you're asked to do on that court. And I think that gives me ease and rest to know that, okay, we've lost Mitch. Okay, but the system says to do this so Josh Hart can get the rebound anyway.
Yeah. Well, Shreve, I actually spoke to you before, and it was actually right before right before Mitch left, and you said it. You called it. You were like, we don't have money for Mitch. We're gonna have to figure a way out to do something else. And you said something very similar to what you're talking about right now. And I think in our system, finding players to do that, we might not be able to replace what Mitch did. I mean, can you replace what half these people have done in their lives? Mitch, Steven Adams, we could go on for a handful of people, right?
Right.
But if you could get somebody that is 75% of this person, you could replicate what you ran last year. And they're going to do that. And then they're also going to make some changes. Any great championship team make changes. We're not going to run back the same thing. It's like in baseball, after the pitcher is so good, after the second time around, on the third time, you've seen all the things he could throw.
Right. Especially for
so on that third time around, you have a better chance of hitting the ball than you did the first and second time anytime.
Yeah.
So we're gonna figure that out by putting in something is not kind of comparable.
Yeah,
kind of comparable.
No, very. I think I'm with you on it.
Yeah.
Right. One of the things I was going to say to Coach, so Coach will understand where I'm from when I say this, right? Every year, the Knicks is going to, every year, the NBA champion is going to have something that is going to be something's going to be missing. Every team, every year is going to have something missing every year. Right? 100%. Like this year, the Knicks had an abundance of rebounding from Josh, Cat, and Mitch. You know what they didn't have, though? A bunch of 6'8", 6'9" wing defenders. You know what they did? They figured out a way with the stuff that they had. Right?
That's right.
I think the Knicks are going to do the same thing this year. So if you don't have Mitch and, you know what I'm saying, you don't have Mitch or you don't have a guy like Mitch, I think the Knicks are going to figure out a way to win the NBA championship.
Amen. That's what thank you for narrowing you down to 2 sentences.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, because no NBA team is going to be perfect. Even when the Celtics won the championship, remember when the Dallas Mavericks went and laid an egg, that fake Dallas Mavericks team that went when Luka not playing defense, where you got 9 dudes playing defense all night and Luka just didn't care, and they went to the finals and lost.
Oh, you're talking about that team that was like the 6th or 8th or whatever out of the blue team? Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. That Dallas Mavericks fake run to the title. Even when even on that team had flaws, right? That Celtics team that beat Dallas would not that championship team would not have beaten OKC the previous year or the Knicks this year. Remember, they got to Dallas. Remember that team was shooting threes and they couldn't miss, and Jason Tatum got to the finals and played like a dog. Even Coach, you remember how that Celtics team 2 years ago, all they did was shoot 51 threes a game? Remember that team?
Yeah.
Bombs away. And then they get to the finals and then they can't shoot, they can't hit a three. Like even every team that wins is gonna have some type of flaw. And what's incumbent upon us is instead of being knee-jerk like those other teams and try to fix your paint job, right? Like, oh my God, we have scratches all on the fender. How about this Knicks team just focus on making sure the engine is running, right? Like that's what I would prefer the Knicks to do, right? Now, and that's a car reference. I know everybody's not car people, so if
that's 100%.
Yeah, so we're and I'm not saying like Mitchell Robinson wasn't important. What I'm saying is Mitchell Robinson's not here.
Mm-hmm. Right, he's not weak. Right.
It's not like Mitch is hurt, or it's not like Mitch will be back in February. He's gone, right? So you know what I'm saying. So we have to just like take the stuff that we have and see what we can do with it. Maybe a guy will fill in. Maybe a guy will turn into something. Maybe he won't.
Eventually, we need to keep our eye on the prize and talk about Knicks players. Okay, because this is Orange Tears. This isn't what is Juju doing nowadays. What's Dante? Because this is the mindset I'm at right now. I'm at F Juju, F Dante, F RJ, F IQ, F Toppin, F Grimes, F Mitch, F the picks. I'm bored of the Knicks.
Right.
That's what I'm for. That's who I care about.
And if you want to be,
what are we talking about here?
Boston, F you too.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. What are we talking about?
I agree with you, Coach. I'm with you, but dang, bro.
Can you add my ex-wife in there, please? Can you add my ex-wife?
I don't wish them
Tupac song.
I don't want your puppy to die. I don't want you to get hurt.
Right.
I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. But I don't give a damn if you make millions. I don't care anymore if you win a game. If you do pretty well, I'm gonna clap for you. But you op from now on. Snitchell Robertson. That's who you are now to me, bro.
And notice, he didn't come to any of the Good Morning.
I don't care.
He didn't. I don't know why he didn't join the guys to any of the late night Saturday night shows or anything.
Yeah, there's a reason why Mitch was on a truck by himself in the parade, bro.
Exactly. Okay? I was looking at that. I was like, okay.
He's never been all in, but we've been carrying him for a minute. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I appreciate what he did for us. I love what he did. But
let's break it down, right?
All in like one of us, bro. He just wasn't.
Let's break it down because I tried to make
the world that we could for him while he was hurt, while he was doing that. We're gonna hold on to you, Mitch. Matter of fact, you can run 15 minutes a game. You don't have to do back-to-backs. We're gonna pay you through these contracts where you play 25% of the whole time, and we did all of that. And he didn't show up at the same time.
He probably made the most money per minute than most any player in the league.
Right. 100%.
And the thing about
it is, at the same time, I'm sorry, let me just finish this. At the same time, iHeart got the bag, left here graciously, and said, I love it there. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm gonna do this for my life and my family. But thank you. I love you. I always love you guys.
And the thing, also, and I'll let you keep going. It's one sentence. iHeart actually said he was going to take $5 to $8 million less than he was going to sign for. The only reason why the Knicks, because of the contract we signed them, we couldn't go a certain percentage over that.
Yeah,
it was like a league rule. Like he would have taken the less to play for us. It's just the league
100%
from offering that.
The collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah. That's
Right.
where the
I'm
Knicks,
sorry, Sharif. Go ahead. I know I
go
talked
ahead,
over you.
Jay.
No, I was just saying, like,
Um,
I remember when we drafted him, and I remember when he was like 200 and maybe 5 pounds. I remember when he was very skinny, but he was so quick, able to leap out of the gym. By him putting on 240 pounds, it diminished his leaping, his quickness. I seen him grow, but he's not a complete player. He never
Right.
increased his free throw. He never was able to stay on the floor, either by conditioning or just fouling too much. Um, and so when you look at the dichotomy of a big cat who likes to hold on people's arms and get petty fouls, Mitch just gets the bad fouls. And so it's totally opposite than Cat getting the dumb fouls. Mitch just gets these bad fouls over and over, and then next thing you know, he's like you said, he's playing 25% of his contract and getting paid out way over. So he's not a complete player. And to me, as a Knicks fan, that's the end result of your result with me. You're not a complete player, and so
and you didn't
so
work
much
on your free throws for all
exact.
8
That's why I
years.
said
All
you're
8
not a
years.
complete.
But we
I
do
tried
remember,
to make it to the NBA, and they had like 700 point guards, 400 forwards, and like 200 centers. And if you could knit your free throws, you were one of the first 500 cut to go down in the Reebok or the Nike leagues back then. So you had to make your free throws to be a complete player, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, y'all,
It's
thank
like-
y'all. We just want to thank everybody for coming through, man. I'm gonna get out of here and go to the movies, man. I've been packed up all week, man. Couldn't do
All
no
right,
more.
all right.
Yeah, thank y'all, everybody, for rocking with us. Mitchell Robinson is a Boston Celtic. C'est la vie.
He's the ops.
Salute.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitchell.
Hey, man,
Good
he
luck
graduated.
To you. Good luck to you, Snitch Hopperson. Good luck.
Mitch Hopperson.
Yeah, I love that.
Champion.
Snitch opposite.
I look
love
at it
that.
like an academy
Yeah.
because you got the bigs learning
Or
and
you
they're
can call him
upgrading.
Switch Hopperson too.
And so I think he learned what he learned, and he learned from the academy, and he graduated, man. That's how I feel about my team. He graduated from the academy.
He gone. All right, y'all.
Yeah, Knicks at night. Uncle Freezy in the building. I'm the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe. Nobody talks that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. Like your main man, the #1 chief rocker, Uncle Freezy. If you want real basketball, check out Blue Orange Tears, the Knicks related channel on YouTube. We rock the spot with Free Keith, Ghetto Intellect, Tory BJ Chosen, the CEO Allow Wise, Riviero Boulevard, 7 and 3. Corey Lee, DJ Cash, Big Pies, and Coach Mal Picker. Cowboy Bob, we in the mix. We bring the facts and the fire. Every weekday night at 11 p.m. we talk about the Knicks and everything Knicks related. Knicks at night, we here, yeah. Knicks at night, we live. New York on our mind. We ride for the orange and blue. Yeah. Passionate for the city of New York. Passionate for these New York Knicks. From the garden to the late night glow. Every take got heart, every word got soul. If you know, you know. We keep it real. Uncle Freezy got the keys, let the whole room feel. Blue Orange Tears, we see the game clear. Every weekday night, meet us right here.